All right, so where we left
Got,
off last session. There you go, I see it, Viral.
got him.
What
Sorry,
we
carry
did
on.
and where we left off last session is we came into the Audrema system, were greeted by Beth, and took Beth's words as a coded message to come to the planet. And so you started on your way to the planet, were met by some Audrema, what looked like slightly different strike fighters than Galactic Mandate use for their space patrol enforcement. And they instructed you to immediately stop and prepare to be boarded. Well, after quite some time of debating among yourselves and scanning what their capabilities were, what their ships were, realizing that they are a little bit more advanced than you would normally see around the sector, in that they at least have defenses that they shouldn't be able to fit on a strike fighter, as well as TL5 polyspectral? Yeah, polyspectral mes beams. You decided to tell them that it would not be in their best interests to carry forward. And let me scroll back up here real quick. Oh goodness, there's a lot of scrolling to do. We will defend ourselves if you attempt it. Are you sure this is in your best interests? Trying to send a coded message back out to them about the name Beth.
Yeah, are you sure it's in your best interests?
There was an immediate red alert throughout the ship, and Julia ringing out over the security channels saying that there are multiple entry boarding points. Now, I want to correct something that I said last session, and that was that this occurred with no communications at all between your ship and their ship, like nothing happening. And after reviewing my notes on these people, I determined that that could not have actually occurred like that. You're still being boarded, but there was a small communication broadcast from the ships, like a split second before those warnings went off. So something on the outside of the ship received some kind of encrypted communication, just normal electronic comms. And that's where we're opening up, unless I missed anything. No.
Last week's session.
Last week's session.
Yeah, quote-unquote session.
Yeah, last week we talked about what we're going to talk about now. That was kind of just a preview to let you guys know what's going on. I'm going to go through all that right now.
Yeah.
There's our loading screen, and let me take you to the crisis screen.
Why, are we in some sort of crisis?
There's something going on, yeah.
We are being boarded at multiple points. You were here, weren't you here? I think you were here.
Yeah, I know. I'm being silly.
Yes.
I am well aware of the crisis.
So, what you're looking at are the multiple points that have been mapped out that they're entering. These obviously are not strict tactical maps. They are theater of the mind, in that each box simply represents, each of the big rectangles simply represents 3 sections between where the mech come in, a space that they have to traverse, a distance that they have to traverse to get to that key infrastructure, be it comms, life support, fuel tanks, the bridge, and the people that the crew, non-combat crew, that are in those areas. Now, saying that they're non-combat is a little bit misleading because your crew are actually trained for combat, as in a boarding situation. They have more hit dice than your your actual non-combat crew, like pilots and specialists and technicians and stuff. And they have higher attack bonuses, so they're at least expected to fight back on normal ships. That's why crew are paid so much more, is because they take on a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything, including the guard stuff, but
Yeah.
they're not specialized like the guards are, so they're not quite as good as that.
Right, right.
And they're also not specialized like boarders. So like, I do not want. If we can avoid it, I do not want crew going up against mercs unless like the crew significantly outnumber them, which the mercs are coming in evenly. Oh shit.
Yeah, they're definitely supposed to be a last resort.
Yeah.
Um,
2-1 would be nice.
Engineering has a little bit more going on because Spike Drive is a little bit more squirrely path to get to, and is more important. And those NPC crew are scattered about because of the timing of all of this. It's well, and also because they are doing things to secure the ship. They're doing things that are necessary in case of active boarding, sealing things up, making things that might normally be a little bit vulnerable and reactive to gunfire. You know, maybe turning off the tea kettle.
Yeah. I imagine we probably would have like drilled them on some of that because it was not 5 sessions ago that we did exactly what these mercs are doing to someone else. And that ended with everyone on the station suffocating and then us blowing it up for good measure. After we saw all the stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a certain concern.
And you've got a boarding specialist with you, with the Void Scorpions, as well as Julia Cross, a security specialist. So, and Libra, who's a boarding specialist in her own right. So yeah, the crew have definitely been trained in this, and those that are out there are the ones that weren't able to finish what they were doing before before the actual time of engagement begins, except for those that aren't actually crew class anymore. They just got caught up in trying to get out of the path of danger. Like Vicky, she's no longer crew. She shouldn't be doing anything. She doesn't want to be out there, but she got caught, and that's where she is right now. You're going to be able to roll to see how many of them you can move immediately to safety. As I mentioned in, I think, one of my posts, I decided it was a little bit unfair to use the earlier security roll when I didn't know what the different numbers meant. I now know what the numbers mean. And what any particular roll on the lead check will get you as far as moving people to safety.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty reasonable as long as we don't roll significantly worse than we did last time.
As long as you don't what?
Roll significantly worse than last time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, I have some questions about this board.
Okay.
What are the blank pogs for? And do we have 10 borders?
You do have 10 borders, and the blank pogs are your unnamed crew.
Okay. What's the red squares? What's different about the red squares, the blue squares, and the blank squares?
The red squares
areas, right?
are critical areas. Yeah, if somebody gets inside the bridge, that's really bad. If somebody gets to the spike drive, that's really bad. The blue squares are only blue to separate them out, because otherwise it could have started to look a little bit confusing. Initially, I had a box around the whole thing, so it would have looked like there were white squares within that box, as well as the blank space was really hard to differentiate. And so I made the boxes within that box blue, and then I removed the box outside, making it all kind of moot.
And if I recall correctly, the big blank boxes are like, if you look at comms, for example, it's split in, there's 2 lines that sort of split it into 3 segments. And people can fight anyone that's in an adjacent segment in the same box.
And in the same segment may even be melee fighting. We'll use the same rules that I usually use for tactical. If somebody is in melee, we will represent it as their borders are touching,
Mm-hmm.
and that has impact on what weapons they can use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we
where are we?
have-
Have we just not decided that?
You
Like,
haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Last
Yeah.
note is that the bridge section is a solid line between the middle section and the inside the bridge. That is to represent that it will actually take a longer time for them to get from the middle section to the bridge. It's not just we no longer have any resistance on this side and now we're moving into the bridge. The bridge is a very secure area, and they'll need to use cutting torches and or explosives to get there. Like
And
heavy
does
duty
the same
cutting
thing
torches.
go for engineering and the spike drive?
No, engineering and spike drive is protected by dint of it's not a straightforward path there.
Okay.
Hence why the borders will have to go from where they are at the bottom of the path to engineering, to the top, and then over to engineering, and then through those boxes.
Okay.
Now the borders can move from any of the lower sections. Really, they can move from any unopposed section to another unopposed section. It's going to be divided into sort of rounds in a way. We'll resolve any combats on the spot because no combat is likely to last more than a minute, so we'll easily be able to just kind of let separate combats happen across the ship without worrying about the exact timing of them. If there's no particularly skilled or challenging combatants in a section, I'm probably just going to use a die roll for it, a skill check.
I think I remember you saying before that, like, the raiders getting to inside the bridge, it would take them a little bit to actually manage to accomplish anything. Is that just because it take a while to break in?
Yeah, it's going to take a very long time to break in. The bridge is a very secured section.
Yeah, tracks. Yeah.
Very heavily armored, even against internal entry.
Yeah. So, if I recall correctly, the rough contemplations that we were having last time were obviously we need to protect the spike drive, partly because it's critical, partly because engineering is full of mostly non-combatants. Stares at acid. The path to engineering is only really a vulnerability because it leads to engineering. Life support, obviously crucial. They don't have like a DAS caliber hackers. Like,
We don't think they have a DAS caliber hacker. But
and
if they
all-
do,
Hard to
we
say
do
that
too.
It's unlikely, but
in all probability, they do not have a DAS caliber hacker. So it'll take a while to actually get shit done with life support. It's not like just on the spot like it was. Fuel tanks actually not as bad of a vulnerability as we think because we have the infinite fuel thing.
how explosive is heal?
That's a good question. And with the modifications that you've made, not terribly explosive. You've got, I think I mentioned last time in our non-session, that you've basically got starter fuel, like pilot light type fuel. But the modifications you've made reduce the need for any actual fuel to run through. It recycles itself into fresh fuel for the starter, and it's not really an explosive concern. I would say that normally it is because if somebody gets there with something that can combust the fuel, then yeah, I think that should be a risk on starships. The risk for you guys is that the Eternal Reactor was an expensive addition, and that can be damaged.
Yeah. And the other segment is comms, which on paper not too bad for us to lose, but I am hoping that Myokin will be able to help us respond to the defense with more speed than they would respond to the attacks with more speed than they would expect. Like hopefully if we can like clear out one sector, then we can redeploy the people through different sectors to gain numerical advantages, to clear sectors to gain numerical advantages, etc.
Depends where people are. I only have a limited number of jumps.
Yeah, is that, and it'll be so much harder for us to coordinate that if we don't have comms. So, yeah, I think looking at the security staff that we have, I think the two Kevins need to be under either Orion or Nyx's command. I believe Julia, Orion, and Asta are our highest level guards. Is that right, Dex? Not counting Libra.
Yes, they are.
What are the odds? They're coming as border. So, they probably didn't come into this encounter expecting to have to board someone. And with that being said, they are unlikely to have boarding equipment that's like high caliber enough to get them through the door to the bridge quickly.
I will rebuke that because they are making it through your hull.
Not fair.
While
Fair.
the going from inside the ship on the outside of the bridge to the inside of the bridge is probably more difficult than getting through the hull because the hull is designed to deflect torpedoes and lasers and all that. There's nooks and crannies that can be exploded through, but they clearly have lasers or explosive charges that they're using to get through. Probably both.
Okay.
No.
Didn't we have reason?
We're guarding that ship.
Didn't we have reason to suspect that they teleported there? Somehow? Like something.
Y'all suspected it.
Yeah, we got weird signals, right? And we thought that it would only be the engines or something, and it wasn't the engines, but we didn't know what it was. And then these people appeared on our ship.
Right, that is only an assumption.
What kind of alarms did we get? Was it like hull breach alarms or was it intruder alarms?
It's hull breach alarms.
Right.
There's somebody on the outside of the ship that is drilling a hole, probably to place an explosive that will maximize their entry point.
Are these people outside of the ship right now or inside of the ship?
They're outside the ship right now. That's why you've got a little bit of time to deploy your security and to try and get some of these people to finish their jobs and get to safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me
outside, but outside is rapidly going to turn into inside when the explosion goes off.
Yes. Yeah. Now let me pause you just a second because I want to confirm the promotions. I know this is a little bit deviation. But I see that everyone put their votes in, except Ginja. Did you want to abstain from that vote, Ginja?
Remind me where it is. I'll find it.
Check. Yeah, it's in planning. I pinned it most recently, so you should be able to just click on that. Because some of those things might actually affect this combat, so I want to make sure. Let's see, we got Vicky, Asta, and Shishin. I already put Vicky's on there, and only the viewer discretion is advised because that was pretty much a group decision right there.
Yeah.
Shishin and Asta, just as part of my preparation, I put them both on, and I'll quickly remove the one that you choose against.
So what's total defense?
Total defense.
I remember reading this the first time, and I was like, "What is this? I need to look at it."
Are you familiar with the 5e dodge action?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's an instant action you can take. It normally requires you to have your main action available, so you can't have gone already in your turn and used your main action. And it makes you immune to shock damage and gives you a +2 to AC.
Okay. Yeah.
Asta's right girl means that she can do that once per combat without using her main action or having it available.
Hmm.
Like if she hasn't gone yet, she'll be able to use her main action on her turn. If she's already gone and used her main action, she'll still be able to do it. It's an instant
nice.
reaction, so it can respond to, oh, that attack is going to hit me by 1 point. I'll do that.
Right. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't realize you could do it like that. Nifty.
I
Yeah,
think so.
okay.
I think that's fair for total defense. If you see that something's going to hit you by 1 or 2 points, which is all it gives, it's only 2 points defense, or AC.
Oh.
So yeah, I think that's a fair use of it.
I didn't think.
Oh dear. Sometimes that's sometimes
Well,
it
it's good we
matters.
asked that question because I didn't fully understand that either.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
Allow,
I should have
allow
looked
me
up
to
the
make a case
specifics.
for subtle step.
Hmm.
I just
If Asta can get into a restricted or otherwise difficult place, we can all get into there. Because Asta can carry a 1 encumbrance MacGuffin that will
Yeah.
allow me to warp to it regardless of whether I've been there or not.
Ah,
If I can get
see.
there, everyone can get there.
So subtle
I'll-
step is actually Asta can get anyone we want into wherever.
Subtle step is a
Wherever.
clever Kana delivery tool, and Kana is a party delivery tool.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you. Because it was Asta and because she's a guard and because we have this upcoming combat, I was thinking mostly in terms of combat.
Yeah, I was
Mm.
thinking
I am-
more
I
like
am
common
seeing the appeal.
usage, but I did not aware of that. I did not think of that one.
I still kind of like Riot Girl because it's sort of
Hmm.
It's
I get it, I
immediately
get- I get-
relevant,
it
potentially.
gives that not just that, it gives Asta an ace up her sleeve and it gives her like something a little bit more special. Like she's still not got Percy or Libra's offensive output, but she's got a bit more defensive output to keep her going.
I mean,
And,
it's a really
like,
tiny bit.
Eh,
It feels like
Hmm.
it's
I mean,
once per combat plus 2 to AC.
Yeah, but it could
I
be
mean,
the difference
you're-
between life and death.
let me remind you that dodging one attack that should have hit is why Percy did not get mulched by Trail.
Yeah, I've seen too many cases where something like only barely hit the side of the fight. But also, I think
I'm comparing it to
the
Haunted
silent step is a
Survivor,
very
where
good
Kishin
argument too.
always gets plus 2 AC.
You're compared to what, sorry?
I'm comparing it to Haunted Survivor, where Kishin always gets plus
Yeah.
2 AC. Also plus 2
Yeah, but
Kishin
they're
is
not a
guard.
combat. They're not a combat character.
Kishin is not guard.
Yeah, they don't have the necessarily the same fighting skills.
I do.
So it's got a little bit
see-
more oomph on a card.
I do see the appeal of subtle step, and if we wind up with subtle step, I'm not going to be disappointed. Yeah, I'm
I
actually.
mean, I've been handily outvoted either way. So,
I mean, all one of us has to do is flip a vote to tie it.
Yeah.
And
Somebody
or if
did.
two of us flip votes. Yeah, I think honestly, I'll flip on that too. I think that's a really good. That's a lot of more long-term value than I was expecting from it.
Yeah, I'm willing to bite on that one. I'm willing to bite.
Yeah, I'll flip.
Yeah.
my
Consider me swayed.
only hook for Kishin getting Haunted Survivor over Dispassionate is that we're never in ship combat.
Kind of are now.
We will be.
Like by that logic, let's not fix the guns. We're never in ship combat.
Yeah,
I
but I
mean,
think the only time
It's fair.
I think, but also the only time I think Shishin's going to be in combat is in ship combat.
The only time Kishin's going to be in combat is when things are going very badly within ship combat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've got enough people who are good at ground combat that she
Yeah.
should never be in ground combat. But
Yeah.
ship combat, the whole ship is in combat by definition.
Like
So,
I definitely see the appeal of her ensuring that the entire engineering section succeeds on all the morale checks. I definitely see the appeal.
Yeah, that's the more relevant part of that too.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But I think preventing the potential cascade of crises into crises by taking a minor crew loss is valuable.
And I do want to reiterate it. The crew lost crisis is not an immediate effect.
Yeah.
This feature would create a new crisis and not just take over the old duration of the crisis it resolves. And so you would
Which is-
effectively have one more round to resolve Kishin's crew lost crisis.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Okay.
like not only is it becoming a probably less severe crisis, but we're getting a slight extension on the deadline to deal with it before it becomes permanent. Yeah.
I want to say, first of all, I've changed my vote on that one. You guys are right.
Oh.
Second of all, it's hilarious that what's the name? 119 could turn things into a crew loss crisis if they weren't a crew loss crisis, and we replaced him, and now we're getting to something that's like his ability back.
I will say that if 119 were still on the ship, this ability would pair very nicely with him because he also gained command point bonuses, if I remember right, for how many crew lost crises there are, and this would count.
Energy.
Can we
So
pick
why'd
it
you
back
get
up
rid
as
of
an
him?
NPC?
What are you saying, Lulu?
I wasn't having fun playing him.
Yeah, I was gonna, Nox, I was going to poke you and say, and whose fault is it the 190 isn't here? But, well, it's entirely your fault. It is a good thing on your part.
yeah, it was a
And
good decision to make. You're having a lot more fun with Kana.
Yeah.
And also, teleportation is more useful than leadership, but we don't talk about that. I'm glad you're happy.
He says, as I'm about to call for a lead skill check.
A GM's job is to make sure the players regret all their choices.
Yep.
That's why you're doing this to us. Oh god. Okay. Does anyone have anything in lead at this point?
Well, if we took a Haunted Survivor, technically
Wait,
lead.
Does anyone have anything in lead?
I have a plus
Can I
0
fake
trait.
it? Can I fake it with a perform check?
No, because this is actual tactical leadership.
Oh, it's actual leadership, huh?
Yeah.
I can't. I thought it was fake it till you make it around here.
Not this one. Nope. Most of it, yes.
You know,
Ah,
there
tried.
is something hilariously and gloriously appropriate about all of us just having negative lead modifiers.
You can
Oh,
leave it to an NPC if Julia is better than you at this.
Probably. I think the
really
best
the best leadership is delegation.
yeah, I think the best that any of us can muster for the lead skill is a +0 if it's lead charisma.
Okay.
I think that's the best any of us can do.
This joke's on you. Best I can do is the -1.
That's not the best.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you an engineer again? You're not fair to speculate. Dex.
All right, I'm actually gonna say that that's Asta instead of
Okay.
Julia.
I think Asta has been here the longest.
She has.
Do we move security into where we want them, or are they going to be just like randomly strewn about the ship?
No, you're gonna move security where you want them.
I think that's
Okay.
the thing. Yeah, and
So-
also we get to move ourselves to where we want to.
While this decision is being made, can I bring the Kevins outside of the ship with me, assuming that they are willing?
Let me do one thing at a time real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sticking with the Asta roll. It is also only a +1 because Asta is still a guard. All right, here goes.
Come on, Asta.
All right.
Decent.
That is not bad. That is going to let you move 2 of your kind of stuck crew to safety. they get the leadership that they need to get their job done, or get told by somebody in leadership, not specifically asked and not specifically anybody. It's just kind of all around ship crisis leadership, to go ahead and leave that, will risk it, or something gets them out of where they are and to safety before the engagement begins. With that in mind, how do you want to deploy your security? Oh, and to answer your question, Nox, yes, you could teleport the Kevins outside the ship with you if you wanted. They are still. It does still require burden deportation.
Yep. I assumed that it did, but this means that we could start taking out the borders before they're even inside the ship.
I am not sure how the Void Scorpions would feel about you taking the Kevins off by themselves.
This is why I'm going to ask, and I don't know if the other guys are in like the
Yeah.
ship suits or whatever.
The vac suits, yeah.
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 Given the circumstances, all of the crew are at your disposal. The Void Scorpions are not going to make too much of a fuss about taking the Kevins.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I wanted to, since inside the bridge and the spike drive are the two most critical locations, I wanted to put Percy at one of them and Libra at the other one. But it makes a whole lot of sense for you to take Libra as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to hit the path to engineering first. That's where we have our squishiest, and that is on the way to
Important, yeah.
spike drive. Yeah, and then we can jump straight from there to outside of the door to the bridge.
Okay, do you want to deploy yourself, Libra, and the Kevins there then? And once you clean up there, you can go outside.
Well, I think Nox was thinking like go outside directly rather than deploying inside.
I
Because
mean,
they're still outside. If we can shoot them before they get in,
they
that's
can
even
deploy
better.
They can deploy outside engineering and then go elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah,
is there anything?
I think start with engineering.
Yeah. Like, do we need to deploy inside the ship decks?
For the deployment of your security, yes, it has to be inside the ship. You can't be in the actual mech border section. Actually, you know what? I guess you can, but you risk getting caught in whatever they're using to get in.
Maybe don't do that then.
Yeah. And I'm being cagey about it, but I'll just say yes, they are using a combination of laser drill and explosives.
About what we'd expect then.
Yeah.
It's standard boarding. If you don't have boarding tubes, then you have to make holes that are big enough for one person to dive through. And the quickest way to do that is to drill a hole into which you can place a shaped charge that hopefully makes the right size hole for you to dive your crew through.
One more question.
Mm-hmm.
Do bows work in space?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Kind of will have to adjust her aim a little bit because there's gravity is not down.
Because that's where the enemy gate is.
Yeah.
Bad reference. Moving on.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. I just stay silent. Sorry. I was hoping somebody else would comment on it.
Ender's Game.
I don't
Okay.
I don't know what it's a reference to. Yeah, I don't know what it's a reference to, but I do know it's a reference. I know now it's Ender's Game. Yeah, I have. So, Nox, Milken and her mech squad are in the path to engineering. I have therefore stuck Percy outside the door to the bridge.
Okay.
And put a G1 in each of the other areas, putting Nix with Orion because that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
How do we feel about just how do you feel about just making it an even spread, putting another G0 in each area, and then the two player characters who I assume are interested in the combat can go with the like?
Sounds reasonable to me.
Or
Yeah.
do we want to stack it differently? Are we willing to give up comms, for example? Which is a thought, but we have more manpower than I expected we would.
Does comms include internal comms?
Yes, I believe so.
Comms does include internal ship comms, but I will say that you guys, as the PCs, will still have communications with each other. What you'll be lacking is communication with any command centers on the bridge or other crew on the bridge.
Do we know what they're doing for comms? The borders.
I think we've determined they are communicating telepathically.
You guys did raise that theory, but if they're not communicating telepathically, they likely have the same communication capabilities that you guys have as a PC party, which is just compads that are already linked to each other. And I'll clarify, when I say you won't have communications with your ship, you won't have immediate and rapid communications with your ship. You'll still be able to, like, basically call Koana, call somebody's number, and get on the line with them. You'll still have the capability to transmit and broadcast with your comm links, your compads. You're definitely not out of range of anybody. You're just not going to be instantly connected. It's not going to be quick.
We also won't be able to know for sure that any communications that come from the ships are not the borders.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
We won't be able to know that, like, A, communications that come from the ship's communication network are not from the borders. Like, maybe Julia managed to take back the comms and is sending us a genuine, hey, they need help over there. Maybe it's the raiders sending us into a meat grinder. We don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
You're saying if they could hijack it and basically spoof as someone else.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, if they get control of comms, then they basically are. Yeah.
That is a strategy that borders could deploy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
The Dex is thanking you for giving the idea for.
I guess. You're welcome. You're welcome.
As he puts more people over at comms.
No, you're not that cruel. Yeah. I guess my main concern here then is that. Right, I don't particularly want Percy 1v2ing the border. Like, I can probably do it, but it's probably best not to gamble. Dima and Notario, I suppose, but like they're not really combatants as such, are they?
Yeah. Demas C0, Notario is P1. Yeah. Neither really.
Yeah. I guess my other like Percy has big fun gun. I can basically one-shot one of the mercs, probably, hopefully. If I can't one-shot one of the mercs, then we are in serious trouble.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We are in so much trouble. But yeah, I guess as far as one concern, the other concern is that Path to Engineering is like the only area where I'm sure we have a decisive victory lined up as it currently is.
Yeah, but I think that's fine, because Path to Engineering, like, yes, it's the only place we've got a decisive victory lined up. It's also the only one that can quickly redeploy to any other location that needs it.
True.
Once they win, which, like, that's the idea with stacking it so hard there, is they win quick and then redeploy somewhere else.
Yeah. I wonder, do we not... do we not put an initial defense in comms? Do we redeploy Ephraim and Julia somewhere else and let Path to Engineering clear that out and then immediately move to comms? It's risky. It's risky.
Very risky.
It makes everyone else safer, and we talked before, like, losing comms is not like the same level of severity as losing life support or fuel tanks or spike drive.
Yeah, I would be inclined to concentrate our forces and push out from strong points.
Yeah, so like
rather than spreading ourselves too thin.
Like, if there's anything that I'm okay with giving them, it's comms, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Because Lord knows we're not great at communicating in the first place.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
We just wing it anyways.
Yeah.
Do we have like cameras in the comms area?
Yeah.
Like, can we see what's going on in there from elsewhere?
Yeah, until comms is taken down.
Even if that goes through. I assume that would probably go through comms, but that's fine. I'm,
You could probably look through a grate or something.
could we rig up something outside of comms that would basically just jam all the comms?
I'll be honest, I've never really made comms jamming a really easy thing. Remember the steps you had to take when you were on Vela Station?
Yeah, I remember.
Now, you are on your home turf.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, I'll say that if you put Dax over there, she probably can.
Okay.
Right.
But that will be during that first round of engagement that you'll be starting on that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
I
was just thinking, can we set it up?
Can...
Yeah, I was thinking if we could set it up so that like we take down comms if it looks like completely jam all the comms if it looks like they're going to take it, and then they can't. There's no risk of them doing like spoofed stuff or anything like that.
And what were you saying, Miyokin?
Oh, I was saying, yeah, talk about like if you post DAS there to basically enact that right before they take it over.
Yeah, that is something that DAS could set up.
And DAS can escape
could just
through the
vent out of there. Yeah.
The only reason it's going to be a skill check is because she's going to be under tension and threat of fire.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, I'm actually kind of inclined to say that I'd rather just like,
Yeah. I mean, the alternative is rather than taking comms down, DAS just sets up a broadcast message that the moment before comms gets taken goes to everyone that says comms may be unreliable.
That would also work. But yeah, what I was thinking was, what if we just like, so that you're not under threat of fire and rolling to take it down, what if we just turn off the ship-wide comms? Because like Dex, you were saying before, like we have.
Well, the idea was keep the comms as long as we can.
Yeah.
So we don't just lose the comms immediately. It was we lose them only if we would lose them or wouldn't be able to trust them.
Yeah, but like if we, because like
I think
if we turn off comms beforehand, then we can just leave that area. If we can get Aurelia and the other person out of there, we can just leave that undefended and let them try.
But I don't
know.
I don't see any reason to give it up before you have to. Unless, of course, we have a better place for DAS.
More guards in other places.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Libra, it's the Kevins. I fairly rate their chances to get through the 2 Merc borders before comms gets taken anyway. So, So how many guards are we actually putting in comms? 2, 1, or 0? Bearing in mind that the less guards we put in comms, the more we have to like tip the numbers in other places.
Oh, I thought it was just, take all the guards off of comms. I mean, I guess that's what you're basically saying too. It's just we're disagreeing on because I felt like it would still take them at least a little bit of time to bring down comms or take over comms.
You'd like to think so, yeah.
But...
okay, in that case, I think. Okay, I am gonna redeploy Ephraim in the door to the bridge with me so that I'm not 1v1ing them.
Ooh.
1v2.
I just had a thought.
What's up? Hit us with it.
Rather than
give us that edge.
It involves putting DAS in comms again. But rather than putting a thing in that blocks comms or anything like that, can I just install a security subroutine that basically says, if it looks like comms is going to get broken into, send a broadcast message to the whole crew saying that that's happening? Because then we can leave it up. If they just turn it off, then comms stops working and we're fine. If they try and break into it to spoof stuff, we get a broadcast message saying that that's what they're doing, and we know that it's happening and not to trust the comms.
Like a kill switch.
I think that'd be within Dash's capability. It's still going to be a roll because it's still going to be under fire.
Of course, I expect to roll. I expect to roll, but the thing,
you expect to roll
the thing there is The thing there as well is because it's then not, it then doesn't need to happen right before they take comms. I can sort of get there, do it, and then zip into event and be gone before the boarders get there.
As long as you.
Das is not going to be useful in combat, and Das does not want to be there for the combat. So
Fair.
Yeah, you will have to have somebody there in the middle section there to provide her the buffer then.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's hurry up and make this decision though. I don't want to spend too much more time on the strategy planning here.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to start shooting you guys.
Understandable.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Okay. We'll go with Ephraim and comms because he's like tough, right? Or
Yeah, give him some drugs and he's real tough.
You know, maybe this is the circumstance for that. Or alternatively, you know who else is tough and hasn't been deployed yet? Smile.
Doug?
What? How are you
Elise?
feeling about this? How are you feeling about this? Sure as shit ain't Elise. How are you feeling about this? Alright, allow me to clarify. Look at the screen. How are you feeling about this?
I mean, Doug wouldn't like to be away from engineering, but
yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with being in a zone of danger, but
Yeah. Is it stereotyping of me to say that you probably appreciate not having allies around that you need to worry about blowing up?
gosh, I'm just really not sold on blowing up the Raza.
Fair, yeah.
That's where Doug is really having an issue here. It's like my only way of really fighting is explosives.
Give you a gun.
Yeah, but I'm not good with it.
Do you need to be? You just need to be enough of a threat to stop them from running past you.
I don't know if that's the case with the gun. But I just don't have it. I just don't have an escape route.
Yeah, you do. Your escape route is hold up for a little bit, and the bot squad will come and relieve you.
The bot squad.
That's basically what it is, isn't it?
I mean, if that's if that's feasible, like combat situation wise, for me to basically hide behind cover and shoot, assuming that I don't get rushed, then I'm willing to. Yes. I mean, I guess it can't. Yeah, you can't tell me whether they'd rush me or not, but
anyone that's got a line between
reasonable
them.
to time scale of combat for them to reach me after winning the fight over there.
Yeah, anyone that's got a line separating them will have cover, unless they are the aggressor that's trying to advance. They are unlikely to get cover while they're trying to push on you. On the first turn, if there is nobody in the section that they're bordering, they'll move right into that section and begin aggressions against the next section. So Doug does impede their movement in the mechanical sense of it. In the fiction sense, they might only see one person firing over at them, but they don't know if it's only one person.
Yeah.
So Doug being there will act as a deterrent.
I got that.
Yeah.
I'm going to make obvious taunts.
Yeah.
It's going to be a double bluff.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. I do want to keep Elise out of this because, I'd love Jackal to be here, but no. This is now the safe zone to which you can move to any two of the NPCs.
I wouldn't mind doing Aurelia and the other blank one in comms.
Yeah. Would there be an escape route for Doug in that case? Like, would Doug be able to just sneak off to the side and let them through, basically?
If
they're going for comms, if Doug clearly retreats in a direction that isn't into comms, are they going to follow him or are they going to go to comms?
So the way non-teleportation movement will work is to get to a different section or area, you need to be in the bottom section.
Okay.
So if Doug can make a, if Malkin says that he's going to try and sneak past them through other corridors, because like I said, this is not just a block of area. This is representing a whole part of the ship. So if Malkin says that Doug's going to try and juke them out and take a maintenance tunnel past them, it's going to be a skill check to see if he gets past them out into that section. And from there, the next round, he'll be able to move to another one of those sections. Or to the safe zone. That's how your other NPCs get to the safe zone, is by, if they choose to try and get past the borders, by getting into that bottom section.
Okay, rearrange the defenses ever so slightly, because hopefully Percy will be down in the bridge fast enough that he can go and reinforce the people at the fuel tanks.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll be fast and unshot enough.
Make any last minute changes that you want, because I'm looking at let's put a deadline of 12:05 on it.
Okay.
So 3 minutes.
Real quick,
What's
the scale of a square in this?
There's no set.
Are we not?
No, there's no set scale to them.
All right, that's all I need to know.
I basically just need to know who is in which sections, because those are engageable.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say that because of your plan to engage a group outside the ship, the first thing that happens before we do any rounds inside the ship is going to be a skirmish between Kana, the bot crew, and those two boarders.
Question:
So-
Do we have any way of communicating with them?
With the boarders,
Yes.
Vacuum his face.
In the vacuum space.
Sign language?
hand signals. Or if you get on really friendly terms with them, you can bump helmets.
Headbutt them to communicate.
Do they have help?
You haven't actually seen yet.
Oh, I thought we had visuals on them. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
they're in locations that are not visible to your external cameras, which does tighten where they're coming in. If you didn't have Julia's small bits of preparation giving you this early warning alert, you would at least be able to make guesses at where they're coming in. But because of the combination of Julia's early preps and other factors that I took into consideration, you know where they're coming in. That's why you've got the map here. And it might be viral. It might be. You'll find out as soon as Kana and the bot crew get into combat.
Oh dear.
Are there grenades?
Are there grenades? What do you mean?
Is there like an item, a piece of equipment called a grenade that is not specifically a demo charge?
Yeah, there is a grenade. It's generally less effective against hard armored targets because it does 2d6 damage minus their AC above 14. And I believe the
Does it have
minusing
a
happens
special-
after it's halved by a save if they make it.
Oh, it's under weapons. That
Yeah,
would explain things.
yeah, under ranged weapons, yeah. Or projectile weaponry.
There is a certain stock on the ship for frag grenades. I've got 13 frag grenades on the Raza that are Douglas made.
Mm-hmm. You've got some
And that's
Doug
just
specials,
That's specifically the Doug buff ones, right?
which do 2d6. And did they do anything to... They penalize the save also.
Yes.
So Doug's will do more damage and penalize their save against it.
Yeah, my fixed skill is a penalty, which I guess somehow scales even though I made them before I got higher fixed skill.
Doug
I guess
has
I'm
made little
happy.
updates to them.
Yeah, I had time to do
It's
that.
the it's
Sure.
the Douglas Special 3.0 or whatever.
Like,
Oh,
if
never
Dex is,
mind. I can't hold grenade anyways.
if Dex is being magnanimous, do not question it too hard.
Dex just doesn't want to go into that level of tracking.
Dex
This is
is
not
being
magnanimity. This is
it's hard.
laziness.
If Dex is being magnanimous, do not question it too hard.
Yeah.
I forgot that
Dex
between a
is
vac
being
suit and a
lazy in
bow,
your
I have
favor.
no preference.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alright, yeah.
Grenades would also be less effective in space, but I wasn't gonna bother with that.
Appreciate that.
Well, if you want to throw them, sure. But if I'm just gonna like drop it in between them and then pour it away,
I guess most of the damage from a grenade is the shrapnel and not the explosive pressure.
Yeah.
Shrapnel will not be affected.
Mm.
That'll just keep going forever.
If anything, shrapnel is aided by there not being air resistance.
Either way, we're not going to worry about it too much. The
Yeah.
regular grenades do 2d6, Douglas specials do 3d6.
okay. Well, I have no encumbrance to hold a grenade, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Thanks, Ed.
Well then, that solves that issue.
Yeah.
All right. Well then,
Okay.
are we all settled where we're going to set up?
I don't think it matters. The deadline's passed.
All right. I'm going to move. Oh, why is that?
Oh
moving?
yeah, were we moving the other thing in the thing to safe zone? I don't think we've got control over that token.
Oh, you cannot. Okay. Right. They're still unassigned. So, yeah. What I was trying to move was this little conga line. Move you over here. Represent you are outside. And we'll move you over here. All right.
You've got this whole map planned out with all the little lines and all the stuff, and then we immediately say, "Oh no, you did it. You need another box there. You did it wrong."
What if we went outside? What if we went outside, though?
Yeah. Yeah. All the little boxes to indicate the areas of the ship, and we're just like, no, we're not going to be on the ship. It's fine.
Yeah, I should have expected a little bit of outside engagement.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, no plan survives contact with the enemy, which in this case is us.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Our plan doesn't survive contact with the borders. Dex's plan doesn't survive contact with us. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll initiative for Kana. I guess I'll roll for all the NPCs there. Oh no.
Did you ever expect me to roll higher than a 1?
A little bit. It's okay.
Yeah,
They
it's
didn't
fine.
roll terribly
I'll
great
manage.
either.
Libra can shoot the one that rolled a 4, and then the other two can shoot the one that rolled a 2, and then Kana can teleport everyone out. It's fine. You know, as long as they die when they get shot, it's fine.
You're forgetting, Libra doesn't shoot. Libra turns on the plasma projector and puts her hand through someone's torso. We have seen it happen.
Yeah. Well, either way.
Initial engagement will be at range, but she can close to melee on round 2 if she wants.
Yeah. Oh, round 2? What's that?
All right, let's go ahead and start off by figuring out who's running whom. Who wants K11?
This is not an answer to that question, but I'm in favor of putting Ginja in charge of Libra.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and mark Libra with your color, Ginja. And then
I'm happy to take K11.
This
Alright.
amount of silence is going to be really awkward when everyone's fighting for K7.
Oh dear.
No.
No.
Meowkin has gotten K7.
Oh, I mean, yay.
Oh, me. Ouch. Ouch.
What color
Cover
am
your ears,
I?
Case 7. Don't listen to him.
What color are you? You're red.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
red currently. Yeah.
I was actually going to ask if Lulu wanted to be in charge of K7.
No. I'll let
Yeah.
you take it for now. I'm
There we go.
working on some side stuff.
Totally planning to jump in during the fight. I understand.
Yeah.
This,
Don't worry. Don't worry. They've got a character ready.
Yeah.
look, at this point, if the combat goes as we expect it to, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. Oh dear.
Lulu is this one, and will
I-
set the
I-
record for being the shortest-lived character.
Yeah,
No,
it's like-
clearly, like Lulu is just Beth.
Oh god. It'll be
So,
like that one character. It'll be like that one character in the Old Man Henderson story who gets gunned down within the first 5 minutes of them being on screen because, well, my character had no reason to trust you.
Oh no.
let's play the combat music and set the scene. Kana teleports onto the hull of the ship with 7-Eleven and Libra. And you do see two human-looking people. One is holding a bit of paneling aside, and the other is placing a charge inside the hole that they've just drilled. You can see the laser drill floating in space behind them, tethered by a small cord, a thin cord. Other oddities are that they are not wearing vac suits. They look to be lightly armored, and a slim enough profile because they are not encumbered by a vac suit, that the hole that they make is going to need to be smaller. That's information that Kana, that the team can immediately report. That their entry is quite likely to be faster than a normal boarding entry is, because they don't have the same encumbrance profile. They're able to settle for a less advantageous hole. They do have weapons slung. They look like yeah, I suppose it would look like some kind of a plasma projector, and we're also not going to worry about how that works in space. And a sword. They appear to have some kind of long bladed weapon also strapped to their back. The two in front of you are athletic, they're fit, and they're observant. They notice that you teleported to them and immediately reposition to engage. They do not have cover. So, Libra's up.
Do they even notice us
Yeah,
getting out there? There's no sound.
they're observant, and they have seen you.
Okay.
You're not getting to execute them, unfortunately.
That would take a whole minute.
Ah, shit, I need to go handle thing. BRB.
Alright, that's fine. It is Libra's turn. Ginja.
Okay. So you said melee on round 2 if we get that far, right?
Correct.
Okay. Plasma cannon, I think, then. Because they'll definitely be in range if we can get in that range in melee within a round. Are they both turning to engage at this point? They've stopped planting the charge, or
They are, yeah.
okay. This one then. Shoot 'em.
Okay, go for it. Well, that definitely hits their AC.
Nat 20. I think that hits.
And
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
the male looking one, the one that's looking left
This
on the
one.
pog. Yeah,
The,
okay.
the one that rolled a 4 on their initiative, rather than the one that goes after the Kevins.
Okay.
The idea is to if this shot kills them, which is, with that damage is not entirely likely, but possible.
All right.
Okay. No, not going to do that then. Okay, that's fine. Well, if they're going to ignore any single instance, they can ignore the shot, and they'll just get punched next round.
Yeah. So, Libra's shot is dead on. They're still. They're not like just dropping the charge and turning to you. He was the one handling the charge, and he took a couple extra seconds to get it secured and snug and lay the panel back down.
Yeah.
So that they've still got they can still hit the fuse. It's still leading outside of the little hole they put in. And as he is rising back up from that, clearly they have some mag boots also clamped onto the hull of your ship. Libra puts a charge directly at his almost at his heart. You know, she should have burned through the place where the shoulder kind of gets soft, a little bit diagonal down and in towards the center. And anyone with Notice 0, which will include both the Kevins and Libra, sees that what they were wearing for that light body armor has been burned through. And there are two separate things that appear to be happening. One, there's a little bit of a ripple with kind of an energized glow to it across his flesh that's exposed in the burn. And there's a little bit of scorching, but he otherwise appears unhindered by this. And there's also a little bit of a reclosing of some kind of film. It's the same kind of film, the same kind of effect that you would expect a self-repairing vac skin to exhibit when it's not been torn by excessive damage. So you learn two things here. One, they've got something going on physically, bodily, and two, they're wearing some version of vac skin. That puts it at his turn. He is going to fire back at Libra.
Do we have cover where we're at? Because I was going to potentially move.
If Libra's moving to engage, then I'm going to say that no, she doesn't have cover.
I was basically checking. I was wanting to check. Basically, how many movements would it be to get in melee?
It'll just be next round. Or is that not what you're asking?
It'll be two movements.
Two movements?
You'd move this round and then next round, right?
Yeah, basically.
You'd have to move this round and next round.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and is there anywhere after one move that would have cover? Which it sounds like the answer is no. And do we have cover where we are?
Some of you will be able to move to cover where you are. I'm going to make that a skill check. And I apologize. I can go back to your turn. I haven't finished.
I think. Well, the issue with starts that number. You can't move it. You can't shoot and move, and then move, or move, shoot, move.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Like usually, that's how
split
the
move,
cover gets missed. Yeah, that's where the cover gets difficult.
Yeah.
I'm okay with no split move, but
I basically just kind of assumed. Go ahead.
My thinking was basically, the melee is much more powerful for Libra, and I suspect their melee is going to be weaker. Possible I'm wrong, but
what does they have chainsaws?
So I was basically thinking, if I can't get in melee this round, I'll shoot and set up for melee next round. Which it sounds like requires movement.
That is what I was assuming that you were doing, and that process is going to mean that Libra can't seek cover on this round.
Okay. Remind me what the effects of cover are.
It's a +2 to AC.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they have swords, but we don't know how fancy, right?
No, you don't know
Everything
how
else
fancy.
they've had it.
some
Everything
kind of
else they
sword.
have has been really fucking fancy.
This is true. This is
Quite
true.
rich, but
He made a point. He made a point of mentioning them. Therefore, they're probably fancy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
So I'll put it to you this way. If you want Libra to seek cover, then she can make a skill check, because the hull of your ship isn't exactly a great battlefield. She can make a skill check to see if, just to kind of abstract where she is and if there's something nearby that she can use. And if she does that, then to get into combat next round, to get into melee next round, she'll also need to make a skill check. If you don't want to seek cover this turn, then there will be no skill check to engage in melee next turn.
Okay. So, couple of skill checks, and she could have cover now,
Mm-hmm.
and then also melee next round.
Mm.
Okay. Skill check time.
Okay. I'm just going to set the base difficulty at an 8, and she is proficient, so go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Off.
Yeah.
They are moving just a little bit faster than she anticipated for. You're getting information from this. They're moving a little bit faster than she anticipated for borders. They seem to be fairly comfortable in this clinging to the hull of a ship environment, and it's not giving them any real pause or causing difficulty in their actions and decisions. That's the information you get, is that these guys are trained boarders. Her trying to seek cover and I mean, teleporting onto the teleporting to engage them is probably a little bit of surprise, but being engaged out here is not. So this guy gets a shot off before she has managed to move, but it doesn't look like that's going to be effective anyways.
No, not against Libra.
Yeah, pretty sure her armor class is 16, isn't it?
Yeah. Innate 16.
Mm-hmm. All right, that moves us to K11.
Hello. That is me as K11. Good, that is hello.
Yes,
Kevin,
K11 is viral.
Yeah. Wait, am I unmuted? Good, I'm unmuted. Hi.
yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. So, so Libra did make contact with the first one. First one is still on the feet. Void carbine. I would know compared to Libra's weapons. Yeah, 2D. Yeah, Libra's weapons aren't overly stronger than ours. So, if me and K7 band together and shoot the one that is not approaching gunning at us, then we have a chance to take them down. However, in universe, that makes no fucking sense. Because why would you approach the one that is not yet a threat? Or why would you attack the one that's not yet a threat? And so, K11, I think, is actually. But they're going to strike first. Yeah, no, K11's going to try and drop. Libra's engaged the first one. He's going to try and drop the one at the back with the Void Carbine.
Yeah.
No modifiers, right?
Let me double check and make sure I set them up correctly, because the Void Carbine should have an inherent +1.
Plus 2.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Okay,
It's equivalent
perfect.
to laser weapons.
All good
Okay.
then? All good then?
Yep, everything looks good.
Yep.
Cool. Aim for the one at the back. Whoop! Oh dear.
That is not going to hit.
Pretty decent damage roll though.
For all the good it does me.
You're a warrior, right?
Okay, 11 isn't it?
Yeah.
Not to
Wait.
that point.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's me.
All right.
K11's a couple.
K7.
K11 was the range, right? So,
I mean, focus fire. I'm the one that's taking a hit. Is what I'm thinking. So
okay.
that's what K7's gonna think too. "Quote unquote" taking a hit.
Yeah.
Oh hey,
That definitely hits.
that was just the magnet for 20s.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
A little bit more like it.
The game is telling us that we need to attack that one first.
Yeah. The
I'm going to do
Yeah,
something I
and then-
haven't
yeah.
done with you guys before, and I am going to hide the hit point roll.
Ooh,
Oh, spooky,
Spicy.
spooky.
that's fine. We're just going to
Oh, yeah,
shoot
that's
that one until it goes down, and then shoot the other one.
and then we'll
So
map
it
it
doesn't
out.
really matter how many hit points.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is, not knowing how sturdy they are. Make sure we don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we
Yeah.
can see their health. Yeah, we can't see their health bars. That's right. We talked about that last time, didn't we?
Yeah. Believe so.
Because a lot of our NPCs were inconsistent.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
thinking of health, Libra appears to be down on hit points. Should that be full?
Nah, she should be full.
Cool. 6
Just,
extra
yeah.
hit points.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and the
Also,
other border.
Das has, what is that? Is that system strain?
Yeah, that should probably also
Yeah.
be clear.
Das has got system strain for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we get tallied up and then we forget about it, and then months later. we see
Yeah,
it.
it goes on, and then months later we're like, "Oh, that
Yep.
was ages ago. It's gone now."
But with
Yeah.
timing, what it is like, maybe it's only been a few days and it's not fully recovered.
Did either of the Kevins want to seek cover?
Why wouldn't we? We want to stay at range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and have them both roll a skill check. They are proficient. Difficulty is 8.
Good.
And the other mech border is going to fire at Libra again. And miss again.
Yeah. No, she should have shot the other one. She might have got a 20 then.
She might have.
That's how this works.
Oh.
You shoot anyone else, you don't hit. You shoot that one, you get a 20, and when he dies, it picks a new one.
Yep. I'll have to factor that into her decisions. Okay. All right, and that brings us over to Kana.
Would it be possible to try and grab the explosive?
Well, you'd have to get up to them. You'd have to pry up the panel that they've let settle back into place. It would take a little bit of effort, but yes, you would also be within arm's reach of them. And it would not be this round, to be clear. Well, I guess unless he teleported.
Yeah, I was planning on teleporting there, trying to grab the thing, and just chucking it into space.
Yeah, no, so basically they laser drilled a hole into the hull of the ship, and then snugged the explosive down into it. It presumably in some packed shape that's going to explode a hole big enough for them to dive through. In doing this, they have only pried up a flexible panel of the ship. And once they snugged the explosive into that hole, they, as you guys engaged them, they let that panel get back, settle back into place. The charge or the fuse is exposed. Although I guess that doesn't make sense because it's not like they're lighting a fuse with fire. So I'm just going to say that there is still a cord that identifies where it is. But with... Go ahead and roll me a fix check or something related to explosives for Kana. A no would work in this situation also.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Vacant.
Go for it.
It ain't perfect, but it is a 7.
It is a 7, and I think that's enough. That cord is purely an identification cord, so that the person that's, whoever's setting this all up knows where the charges are. Yanking on the cord itself is not going to uh, dislodge it. It's going to yank the cord off. Kana will need to pry up the paneling, which is almost certainly going to be a little bit of a strength check with some sleight of hand dexterity to try and sneak a hand in and get the charge out. There were 2 of them doing this. One was holding the panel, and the other was packing the charge in.
Okay, so I think that's going to be a little bit too involved for Yoken to accomplish.
It would also put her in melee range for further attacks in subsequent rounds.
I'm not super worried about that one, actually.
Okay.
Douglas should be.
Just pop in and out with me real quick.
In which case, I guess we shoot them.
Okay. That is also not going to result in a meaningful hit.
Were you aiming for the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's no problem.
And I guess that's all that I can do.
Yeah.
Besides achieve some kind of cover, maybe.
Do you want to seek cover?
Sure.
By the way, was there a role for the other Kevin seeking cover, Myokin?
Oh, no, I guess I should probably do that, huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't see any reason I wouldn't.
The other Kevin's doing it.
Right?
Everybody's doing it.
All the cool kids are doing it.
All the cool kids are seeking covering so they don't get shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So K7 does get cover. Let's go ahead and signify that with... Gotta be a shield icon on here. There's a broken shield icon.
Roll 20.
There we go. We'll give him a
I
castle.
don't know what rule set they're for.
What's that?
It's like I don't know what system those icons are for, but they're
Right.
terrible for 5e and this.
They're
Yeah.
not, that's the problem.
So yeah, Kana's arrow goes a little bit wide as the border is able to anticipate where she's firing, and jukes just a little bit. We're back to Libra.
That arrow is going to slowly spin in space forever.
Eventually, some random spaceship is just gonna like take a hit to the side, and they'll be like, "What the heck was that?" And they go outside, and it's an arrow.
I just hope that Dex is taking notes so that this can show up in the next campaign.
Cool. Let's I think try and move to melee.
Okay.
I want to see these swords, partially, but also I want to punch them with the fist.
All right.
Is there a position I could move to? I mean, I guess it doesn't really. Yeah, with how Stars works, it doesn't really matter. I was thinking, can I move to somewhere I'm in melee with one of them and not the other? But like, they can just move into melee, and it doesn't really change anything, right?
Yeah. I am gonna say that they're far enough apart that moving into melee with one does not automatically engage the other. Of course, it'll be close enough for them to engage if they choose to on their turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, I will.
go ahead and move
go
Libra to border
for-
one or the other. Make the skill check real quick. This one's only difficulty 6.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she makes that.
Yep.
Decide which
Cool.
one you want to punch.
See, I kind of want the one that's later, but that one also hasn't been hit yet. So
And kiss the border of whichever one you like, and then roll an attack.
We'll go this way, I think.
Okay.
And Plasma Fist.
All right.
And hopefully we hit. Ooh.
That is also not going to hit.
Yeah. Shock damage?
That does do shock damage.
Okay. Does the shock damage count as heavy?
That's a question.
I have not had to think about that before, but I'm going to have to say no, because shock damage is kind of, by definition, incidental damage as a result of
Yeah.
the scruff.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So 5 damage.
Oh, hang on. Huh, hang on.
You know, 5 shock damage
So
against
what's-
18 lightning. Oh, sorry.
So what does this one do?
Oh yeah. So then 6 damage.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Does that count
that's
as
something
heavy?
that couldn't exactly be included in the attack roll. So glad you remembered that. And I'll also do the 3 that she missed. Oh, she hit last time, and they just
Yeah, she hit last time.
Nah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Being able to do 6 damage on a miss is honestly insane.
Yeah.
Hey, that's melee. I love melee for
mean-
that very reason.
If she'd hit, that's 10 heavy weapon damage, which I don't remember what the multiplier is, but it's a lot.
Hmm.
There's no actual multiplier for heavy weapon damage.
No?
What
Okay.
it does is make it so that you can't come back from it if it kills you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you just
I
get
must
pulped
be thinking
or-
of another system.
You get
Yeah.
pulped,
Okay.
you get pulped or splattered or broken or
I
twisted.
think you're
Mhm.
you're thinking of ship weapons. I think.
Mm.
Ah, I might be. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it like a 10 times on ship weapons or something?
No, Crawford has also
interesting.
avoided making a ruling for that. His ruling is if you get hit by a ship weapon, you're dead. You're decimated. You're destroyed.
Mm.
Which, fair.
Yeah.
There have been many Reddit posts and Discord discussions about a damage conversion, and opinions vary.
Mm.
I also tried to make a conversion at one point, and it was terrible. So I stopped. So that border does pull out their monoblade. They sling their plasma projector and move to defend themselves with the monoblade.
Yep.
And that's gonna hit.
No. Oh
Yep,
no.
that's gonna hit.
That is a nat 20 as well.
It is a nat 20, yeah.
It is.
Fortunately, the star system doesn't do anything special with nat 20s except say that they hit.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No crits.
Huh. Libra's health bar on the token is out of sync with the health on her sheet.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that happens. Let me see.
Which one is right?
Oh dear.
Well, by out of sync, what do you mean?
I mean, the sheet says 24 and the token says 26.
What's the max hit point say?
24 on the sheet and 26 on the token.
That's the point.
They both say she's maxed.
Okay.
It's just that the sheet says 24 out of 24 and the token says 26 out of 26.
I think at some point I lost track of their max XP or hit points, so let's go with the 26.
Okay, cool.
And
Do you want to fix the sync to the sheet then?
I'm actually not sure why it's. Oh, because no, it's. I know what happened. If
Okay,
you
finish.
are you on the NPC sheet or the PC sheet? You have to be on the NPC sheet if you clicked the upgraded components button.
No,
But
I
if you-
think I'm on an NPC sheet.
Yeah, if you click the PC toggle, that should say 26 hit points on that part, and that's
Right, is that where it syncs to? Right, yes, that's syncing.
yeah.
to that.
The
Okay.
NPC hit points are a separate field. They
It's
didn't
just-
used to be.
It's just silly. Okay, fine.
I'm fixing it now though, and we'll give her the benefit of the 26 hit points.
Cool.
All right. So, token properties. 26. Select a token. Okay. Yeah, not sure why the 26. Oh, I must have done it by the token action accidentally. Because if I entered that she had 26 hit points, just normal hit points using the hit points field, it would have also entered that on the sheet without me ever going to the PC side of the sheet.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that solves that confusion. She's got 26 hit points. Minus 9 that just got done.
Yeah. Which is apparently still on the PC side, but it's fine. I'll keep them in sync. I wanted to use the token one because then I can select the box and just type -9 rather than having to do the math myself.
Yeah, that should be a. Oh, you know what? Hang on.
Did you edit the default token or something? Or
I edited the default token. Yeah. Let's make sure that this one. Edit token. So what I did is I edited the default token, and then I selected the bad token and said use this token.
Yeah.
NPC hit points. NPC AC. Save. We'll try this again. And Libra. Edit. Is that back to NPC? Okay, I will get this. I promise. Save settings. Make sure. Okay. It's set there. Okay, we're good now. In fact, we're just going to use the new Libra I put out because I know it works.
Okay. If I do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, that works.
All right. Roll me a skill check for Libra.
Okay. Proficient? And also, what is it?
Proficient, and it is observation, security observation.
Nope.
Oh dear.
Oh. Yeah, that's a nope. Okay. K11.
Too busy failing to dodge a monoblade, I think.
Yeah, too busy realizing that these are definitely not your standard human borders. They should be dead already. And these look pretty unfazed.
Ah, shit. Yeah, Kevin 11, having realised very few of these things, is instead shooting at the one that is not tangled up with Libra.
Nope.
Still quite
Kevin 11.
unsuccessfully.
Kevin 7. Or
Kevin
K7.
7.
Rinse and repeat. Kevin
Okay.
711. Oh,
Oh
no.
dear.
These rolls are not going in your favor. Let's see. You all have cover at this point. Oh, Connor doesn't have cover yet.
Shit.
Yeah.
Just out here living my best life.
The female border there is going to distance herself from the engagement between the other border and Libra, and basically is laying down some challenging fire. It's not mechanically suppressive fire, but she is clearly trying to discourage any further advance as she continues firing her plasma projector. She is going to pick out the uncovered target. So this is against Kana.
Oh dear.
Jeez.
Come on, man. Really?
What are the 2d4s for? Where'd they come from?
I don't know.
What 2d4s?
Some 2d4s went across the screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weird.
Hmm.
They don't appear to be factored into the calculation. That was just a high roll.
I'm gonna negate the hit.
Okay. No, probably not a bad idea. That's an effort for the day, right? Impact sum?
Yep.
Yep.
Everything I do is never for the day.
Yeah, right.
Also, stutter jump, not impact stump.
Oh, stutter jump lets you
Yeah.
negate a hit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, impact sump is the telekinetic.
Oh, right.
Hmm.
And I don't think it would work on this because these are energy, not physical.
Kinda opens the door, an effort for the day. Kinda fires her bow, an effort for the day. Kinda tells you everything she does is an effort for the day. Believe it or not, an effort for the day.
Okay. Well, the border is still laying down a stream of fire, or a stream of plasma. One of those bolts catches a little bit too close to Kana, and she blips out of the way. If you want to add any more description to that, feel free. It is now Kana's turn.
Kana's actually going to blip up to the mech border. I'm saying
Okay.
that this is rolling into movement on my turn and engaging in melee.
Yeah, that's
Oh
fine.
dear.
Because you can teleport with at least 10 meters with no effort. Or not at least 10 meters, I believe, with no effort.
I can teleport any distance with no effort.
Okay. It's also only a move
Teleporting
action
for
for you, I
no
believe,
effort.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teleporting for no effort does in fact cost me 1 effort for the day.
Oh dear.
No skill check required to get into melee range of the border.
And I think I might just fight defensively. Or take total defense. Whatever is appropriate. Actually, I don't think I can. I don't think if you're in the bottom of initiative you can, because it resets at the start of initiative. The beautiful nugget there.
I do hope that you had a plan that wasn't just get in the business and use defense.
No, that was my original plan. Now I'm
dear.
gonna stab him.
Okay, it works.
No, total defense is until your next turn.
Oh. I'll have to do that next turn. I already rolled.
Oh, I see that you did. That is a hit. And
Take the bait.
right.
Oh, he just took the damage? Alright.
Yeah, they just took the damage.
Nice.
Didn't take the bait.
They did not take the bait, though.
I mean, I think the bait was be stabbed.
All right. So Kana teleports into engagement. The mech is struggling to get her plasma rifle holstered and secured, while Kana is stabbing at her and slicing, and you feel blade hit armor and skin, and there's a little bit of a soft squish. Contact has been made. Blood drawn.
Hmm.
You see little droplets of it form and float off into the void.
Hmm.
The border that's engaged with Libra continues to slash and continues to be a threat.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
One Libra goes before the border. Libra's just taking off initiative.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah, 'cause we
because
fiddled
of
with
the
the tokens,
things.
yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Libra was on a 8.
Eight.
An 8, yeah.
Yeah.
There. All right, 6 is good enough. Libra. Here, I'll fix it just for visuals. Okay, Libra goes.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna try and punch that border again,
Okay.
and
Implode
hopefully
his
not roll
head.
quite as bad.
Implode his head.
That's a bit better.
That's more like it.
That is better.
Yeah.
As a teeny bit unfortunate that you roll damage equal to your shock damage.
Well,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the lowest it can roll is the shock damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Ironically,
have good
because there's an additional amount of damage rolled, the miss
Yeah.
could have done more.
Yeah.
Um,
D6 plus 4. I think it actually works out that it's the same on average.
it should.
Like hit or miss, it's the same.
So
That's
Libra
great.
and the border are in a contest. You know, obviously the border does not want a glowing plasma fist, and so they've closed into a very close distance, and now it's like they're like, you know, two people struggling to control the knife in the hand of one, except it's a plasma fist attached to the arm of one, and so there's this near embrace struggle up there, trying to prevent the plasma fist from closing around a vitally important body part.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, I imagine they're both trying to close it around a vitally important body part. It's just each other's vitally important body parts.
oh yeah, absolutely. They're definitely trying to kill each other.
Mm.
And to that effect, I'm not going to take away my roll. Sorry. So a 25 to hit.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Okay.
Yep.
For 9 damage. That's for the fiction. It's not the monoblade that is doing that damage. It's the struggle to control the fist, and you know, it's just general wear and tear, eroding
Yeah.
Libra's ability to continue fighting optimally.
Yes. Okay.
At this point,
I know what I'm doing next turn.
I think it's actually probably impossible for Libra to, oh man, to miss this. While it's a little bit difficult to see because there is singed bits of skin where her initial plasma bolt hit, she also does, as she's this close and she's looking for places where she can get a good solid kill shot in, she does see that it wasn't just ignored. There are bits of like that kind of raw burnt flesh that hasn't scarred, except that it is scarring. This border is healing before her eyes.
Ah.
And
I think we need to focus fire. Take them down before they get to heal.
Oh dear.
Kevin 11 and 7.
Yeah. Do we realize this?
Libra can communicate. You
Fire?
still have comms.
Okay.
I mean-
Yeah, Libra would
I
definitely
thought we
bang.
should focus fire in the first place
Focus.
anyways.
focus fire
Bang,
on
bang.
this one.
Bang bang.
I was already doing that. Bang, bang,
Bang,
bang,
bang.
bang.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
I'm more trying to stop the second one from like shooting at people.
Yeah. Is a 15 sufficient? Is a 15 a sufficient amount of bang bang?
It's not. A 15 misses.
Oh dear.
Well, the 20 is
Oh.
sufficient.
A 20
Dear, dear.
hits. Yes.
Well, thank fuck for that.
And that 20 is doing 10 damage. That's a meaty hit.
Are we sure this is a fight that we can win?
I don't know. Based on damage output, Libra needs to disengage next round.
Yeah.
If I take another hit like that, I'm down.
Yep.
So,
yeah, this is
yeah.
alarming. This is alarming.
Considering
Maybe
it
this.
was.
I mean, this foray is not a bad idea to get a preliminary taste.
Mm.
It is.
God.
The mech border engaged with Kana's turn, and they do get their. She does get her mono blade out. Actually, I think she had it out last time she attacked with it, but yeah, for an 11.
Oh, dear.
That's okay. It's not nearly as much damage as the other one is.
Yeah, full like
Which
17.
was the whole point of getting there.
Yeah, true.
I'm just trying to remove a 2d8 from the board and make it into a 1d8.
Mm-hmm. It is literally removing a whole d8. It does add 1 damage. It minimizes one of those d8s.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Also, that's a +6 on the modifier. That's something that
Yes,
I'm going to note down for us.
It is a +6 on their modifier, yeah.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
meant
making the call. We should get out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the hit modifier because I thought it was a +8.
No, on the damage modifier.
Yeah, I realize that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the enemies you face, even the most elite, will have I think it goes up to a +3 for like a 10 hit die. To be clear, these are not 10 hit dice. They've got other stuff going on.
Yeah, I see that.
But it's for your point of comparison in their attack and damage. +3 is what like a 10 hit die warlord or legendary fighter gets. Most of the damage is supposed to come from the weapon.
And these people have +8.
These people have
They
a +8 to hit, but a +6 to damage.
I mean, that's still really good, isn't it?
Actually,
And also, there are 10 of them.
clarification:
Yeah.
they have a +5 to damage. Mono blades naturally do a d8 +1.
Oh, well, that helps.
Glad you think so.
Dex, you don't understand. I have been flexing my high attack bonus the entire campaign. These people are nearly my level of attack bonus.
They have a number of high-level warriors, it would seem.
Oh dear. Oh no.
It is Kana's
How we
turn.
feel about our decisions now.
Oh no.
But yeah, Kana's making the call. We're pulling out. Gonna call for the Kevins and Libra to converge on some midway point.
I would suggest where the Kevins are, we have cover there, right?
Yeah, we do. I think.
They'll have
Pretty
to.
And that was my plan was get there next turn anyway.
It
Yeah,
takes
they were
2
2
move
moves away.
actions to get from one to the other.
But if everyone moves, then it's just 1 move.
Does it?
Yeah.
If y'all move at a central
Yeah.
point.
Hence maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at that point, can
Think
Kana
essen-
prep her
essentially
action
they'll
to-
get 1 more attack. They'll get 1 more attack to get everyone in range of Kana.
yeah,
right.
the mech border will have an attack, but can Kana prep an action to port out on some Rift Reduplicate?
I don't think she even needs to prepare an action if she's using Rift Reduplicate, does she?
It becomes an instant, but I think it's assumed that things are happening if you're porting twice on your own turn. So,
I will say, if you're planning on Kana teleporting, oh, I see. Holding an action would deny the mech border on 2 from any kind of action. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. So
There is a hold action or ready in action. Actually, I think it's just hold an action. Which in Stars is a much better deal than many others because it's basically the best bits of holding and readying.
Okay.
You don't
then,
have to declare the conditions, and you can interrupt. So it's like holding an action in most games, but you can interrupt with what you want to do.
Yeah. So Kana's going to do that with the condition of everyone gets in range for a burdened apport, and then port them back onto the ship.
Yeah. Okay. The hold action does take a move action, and like I said, you don't have to make any kind of condition for it. But
Yeah, at which point then I would be using Griff Reduplicate because I only have a move and a standard action.
okay,
So
I think that's fine. You were planning to do that anyways, right? That's how you were.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that works. All right.
go ahead and spend
So
effort now.
teleports away. Libra.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the thing.
Disengage.
Final withdrawal, something like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it's got
Stars-
final control.
Stars doesn't call it that. It's like final
Yeah,
withdrawal.
yeah,
But
yeah.
basically, disengage, move away to wherever that point is. That, yeah, basically to next to Kana.
Yeah.
Teleportation.
Libra jukes her with what she she obviously he's trying to control where that plasma is going, and Libra uses the positioning leverage that she has because he's trying to control something that she has extremely good control over, to kind of push him in the direction that he is already pushing all of his weight. Now, the grab boots mean that he doesn't go stumbling, but he does go off balance and give her enough time before he can reorient himself to move away and get to a central teleport location.
Yep.
On his turn, I'm not going to hide this one from you. He does that.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh
Yeah,
no! Oh no! Oh no!
So you know how most of the advice for combat in Star Wars Without Number is that you do not scale the universe to what the player's level is.
That's exactly what happened in Ultima, isn't it?
The mech, as you see, are no pushover. The mech fighters, the trained fighters, are no pushover.
Well, we don't get much higher. We don't get much higher level than this. So. It's just that they got a lot of numbers too.
Yep.
Like, if you were fighting one of these, you would probably all have taken it down by now, or in a couple of rounds.
Oh,
You wouldn't be nearly as at risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if we had like the whole party against two of them, yeah, sure. But that's a lot of fronts to be fighting them on.
Yeah.
But that does
Yep.
take his main action, so he's not also firing back at you guys. And everyone else can get into a central position for the teleport before the other border can pull her plasma rifle, plasma projector from where it's been secured so that it doesn't flop about. And you see her charging up the barrel as Kana teleports you away.
Where are we dropping? Are we just dropping in path to engineering?
Where do you want to go?
The plan was originally that you drop in comms. But then again, that was assuming.
But then that was assuming we won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was assuming we won in a turn or two.
Yeah.
Oh, let me mark that he used
And
that.
I don't even know if we can win.
Yeah, we very handily lost in a turn or two.
I'm so sorry, guys. I knew what you were getting into when you decided that you're gonna fight, and I was like, well, I just hope I don't kill any of them.
Yeah. I have made a terrible mistake personally.
For the record, I was, and maybe still am, very interested to see how a fight between Percy and them would go, because obviously he's your big heavy hitter.
Oh yeah, make no mistake, I'm interested as well. But like,
Yeah,
like
it's just there's only one
Viral-
per seat,
Viral-
and there's like
Viral,
10 of them?
Viral's interested. Percy has made a terrible mistake. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just,
yeah. There's one Percy and 8 of them.
like, I'm just saying, Doug, I'm sorry.
Is it-
In case they were way stronger than we expected, or the two of them were just better than we expected, and there's
fine.
two of them, I brought the Thunder Gun.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. You may have to fix a hole near the bridge.
Okay,
It's gonna be
so
really funny when you blast someone for max damage with a thunder gun and they just say, "Nah, no, you didn't."
I was dreading your response when that happened. I'm like, is he gonna be like super pissed or?
Yeah.
Look, I
You've got to make
should-
him use it before you do your max damage thing.
No, Dex, it's okay. It's okay. Because you haven't shown us the health bars, I would just assume that if I had gotten that max damage Thunder Gun hit in, I would have killed them, and I would never shut up about it. So with that being said, do you want to reveal that ability? I'm joking, of course.
Can't regenerate the die in one shot.
Yeah. Can we break, by the way? I need to go to the bathroom.
Yes. Now is a great time for a break, because it is 1 o'clock, a little bit after. So come on back at 1:20.
It seems to be going very well for you.
I'm just saying.
Right?
I didn't know that next session was going to be the start of cycle 4, cycle 5, cycle
Yeah,
4.
why do you think I made a new character now?
You're not joining till next session, cycle 4.
Right.
And I'm gonna bring us back to the frame now.
I believe we had a thing before where it was a near wipe of most of the party, and we decided that didn't count.
Right.
So, given the plan is for Das to scurry into vents, does it still count?
Well, if they were to take the Raza and keep it for whatever reason, then yes.
No,
I think it
yes.
puts Das at risk. The other one didn't count because Das was nowhere near being at risk. Or there were party members that were nowhere near being at risk, I should say.
Yeah.
But here you're all
Yeah, I don't
technically
remember
at
who
risk.
it was. I just remember there was. Yeah.
Given that last time, the near party wipe was triggered by us almost pressing the box that would blow up the entire ship with all of us on it.
Yep.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not putting it past us, but we're not there yet.
I'm gonna let you guys argue whether this counts or not. So, Kana, Libra, and the Kevins are ported off the hull and back into the relative safety of inside the Raza, and can report their findings before any actual breaches occur. What information is relayed? And in like what tone, what manner? Or do you leave it to Libra?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not sure how much of a shot we have. We kind of
We
did
might
go.
be better off just surrendering.
We
at this
kind of did go a bit 3-1 there, and we didn't even take one of them out.
Yeah.
Admittedly, the Kevins aren't. Well, I guess you count the Kevins as one. That makes
Yeah.
3.
There is.
No, I think
There is also. Go on.
for the entirety of the combat, at least one of us per turn was focused on the second bot.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But the Kevins
But
aren't.
there is also
that strong.
the. Yeah. Yeah, but they hit. They
The
did
blue-
some damage.
yeah.
But, yeah.
Libra's a pretty
Libra
pretty
versus the
dangerous
bo-
threat,
Libra
and the fact
versus
that
the
Libra
border.
didn't. Yeah.
Like Libra versus the border, 1-on-1. Libra was doing 2/3 of the damage that the border was doing. And the border.
Yeah, the fact that
I would suspect the
Libra
border
in a
probably has
one-on-one
more
is
health.
The fact that Libra has issues one-on-one with those is a little bit
Yeah.
scary.
But so surrendering also has the advantage that they might actually stop before they explode anything, and then we don't have holes in the ship.
Doug likes that part.
If we just say, okay, we get it, we'll open the airlock and let you in.
We have no way of communicating with them.
Do we not? Oh, the ones
we
that
can
well,
send
we don't have
broadcast.
we don't the borders we don't. But
we
the
don't have
borders
a,
presumably-
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a direct means, but
Yeah.
we can send out a broadcast and then have it presumably relayed, because I think the border's got a signal to start. Right, that was the comms that we got. But we don't know what it was.
Yeah, I guess
It's like
our question is, what
go
the
signal.
or I guess our message is the con is like, oh hey, how'd the foray go?
Yeah, how is it basically?
Or the Sally. Is that a Sally? That's a Sally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going out beyond the
Yeah.
castle walls, that's Sally, yeah.
Yeah.
Does Connor respond, or do you want Libra to respond?
Oh, my response was what I initially said.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I started with I don't think we got this. Listen, I'm tapped for effort. I spent 4.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I've got one more good jump before I'm torching for effort.
Fuck.
Libra can add some combat assessment kind of like details.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, let's see, Ginja, why don't you go ahead and roll me a proficient skill check for Libra to relay her assessment.
And you said I had. I feel like if Dog hears that they have plasma projectors, he's gonna start freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, Libra does detail the weapons that she saw, the plasma projectors. She believes that those are normal monoblade swords, but her assessment of their combat prowess with the weapons is that they are highly trained and skilled, as well as possess superhuman strength and agility. She was literally wrestling with one, and she believes they possess, if not quite bro-like strength and agility, near it.
Fuck. So, possibly bro, possibly augments, and possibly fucking androids, I don't know.
She also relays that they did appear to be flesh and blood, but have some kind of self-healing tech or psionics. She doesn't know the difference. Kana can remark in that she detected no psionics if she wants to.
She will.
Okay.
Fuck.
So Libra says one last word. Says super soldiers.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm thinking too much Force One right now. Fuck.
So it's like 8 porcelains.
10.
Oh, is it 10?
It is 10, yeah.
Oh. Oh, great.
Yep. It
Oh,
is 10.
because I have this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I miscounted earlier. I had it over my yeah.
Yeah.
I strongly doubt we can fight them at this point. So I think our
Not when
options
there
are run away or surrender, and we're done. And I don't
Yeah,
know
it
if
was
we can
already
run
sketchy.
away
Not
at
to
this
mention
point.
they still have the fighters out there. That was already
Yeah.
going to be sketchy enough in a ship-to-ship situation.
Yeah, run is sketchy, so surrender or or get a large.
I
chunk of
don't.
the
I don't
crew.
like. I don't
We
like
can't-
double sketchy, especially when it involves
We
holes
can't-
in the Raza.
We can't, in good conscience, set our crew to fight them without knowing what they're fighting when we know. And if we tell them, then they're just gonna down arms and surrender because they know that they're outclassed.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Who was involved in
mean-
that fight where Portia Lynn sided with you?
I think all the player characters.
I think everyone was there.
Yeah.
What about
I think Kana was in the background because
Okay.
of cyber sickness.
Okay.
Hmm.
Were Libra
that's
or the
party.
Kevins involved in that?
I don't think Libra was because of general perimeter concerns.
Right.
Likewise the Kevins weren't because I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if we'd hired them at that point.
You were
think
concerned about
that-
Spectre Star Technologies and Luna giving you some words of warning about Spectre Star may be able to co-opt androids.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Myokin was drugged up, so was functioning there.
That's
Oh,
right. I
right.
thought she was. Why don't you roll
I keep forgetting about that drug.
I'm gonna call it a heal check, and I know you're not. I don't believe you're skilled in that, but roll me a wisdom or intelligence heal check.
For intelligence, so I can roll at 0.
Oh no. Oh, 8. That's better than I
That's-
thought.
I'll take an
Actually,
8. Or I'll take a 5.
oh,
I'll take an eight.
I see Percy has also rolled. I got confused by the two of them.
Yeah.
So
Whoops.
I'm going to be very kind to you and treat Percy's as an assist check. As you were talking about this, because Kana is the only one that has physically seen these fight. Now y'all can be seen on the usual video cams. But Kana had the front row view. And was also there with the porcelain fight, and there are some similarities between how porcelain healed and how these healed. That is what a 6 gets you.
Hmm.
Fuck.
So the comparison of like fighting porcelains was a little bit more close to home than I think it was meant when it was said.
Okay,
So I think you also saw her negate a hit, didn't you? And heal.
I think so.
Yeah. I think you saw her do all the things you've just seen that mech do.
Okay.
I think you may be right.
At this point, I am admittedly grasping at straws a little bit. However, I have one last Hail Mary play.
Oh no! Alright, that's
no.
it. Campaign's over, the ship blows up.
Oh, come on!
No, I'm kidding. What is it, Meryl? Let's hear it.
I am actually gonna open a line to the med bay. And I know Riley is into all sorts of like fucking body modification and etc. stuff. I know a lot of what she does is cosmetic, but also she would seek out Jairal to learn more shit from him, and isn't he some sort of like doing some sort of illegal modifications or something? And Ciri is not exactly unskilled in the field. So yeah. Brief explanation of super soldiers. I don't know if we told him about Portia Lane at the time.
I can fill in that detail.
Okay.
You did have something from one of them, I believe, or from Porcelain, and Riley was not able to identify anything in the genetics that would allow
Do that.
for the things that they did.
Okay. Shit. So
Now, I didn't have great samples because,
Porcelain didn't want bits cut off. Yeah.
right, Porcelain was not willing to be a test subject, and the Spectre Stars Technologies agents, they were called Revenants, they took their Revenants right away.
Yeah.
You basically had scraps of blood on the ground.
Yeah. My wild stab in the dark guess was like that they had been looking into it in the meantime in hopes that they had figured out something that could help even a little bit, but realistically I don't know what they could tell us that isn't like a kill switch, which I don't expect they would have. I can't think of what they would tell us apart from that would give us enough confidence to keep up the fight.
I think under the time constraints that you have, all Riley is able to really say is that reiterate that she did not see the mechanism by which the Revenants healed.
Yeah, tracks. Worth a shot anyway. Okay, fuck. Percy will turn to the others and just, like, he's visibly twitchy and unhappy, but just shrugs and, is it surrender then? I fucking... Unless we can line them up and get them to come out as one by one, I don't see that we can win this without losing most of the crew.
I don't fancy those plasma directors shooting on the Raza.
They did not bring starship-friendly weapons.
It's not very polite of them.
Yeah, which does make me worry that they didn't come here to take us alive. Does anyone have any last-ditch gambits, or are we surrendering and if they'll let us getting the fuck out of Dodge?
I suspect that their conditions for surrender are going to involve them coming onto the ship anyway.
Yeah.
But we can hopefully at least negotiate that that's through an airlock rather than blowing holes in the ship.
Yeah. Percy's fuming. He's visibly fuming. Fuck! We did everything right as well. We fucking... Nobody knows shit about Audrema apart from the stuff that we found. Like,
I mean, I don't... When we're communicating with Beth, I don't think we were very clear.
What?
I feel like we might have used a little bit too much sarcasm.
One of those answers may have been sarcastic, by the way.
But which one? we may never know.
As
Goes
Percy
too
was in the
deep.
middle, as Percy was in the middle of saying, fucking, we did everything basically correct, didn't we? Like we studied up on Audrema. There was barely shit all to find out about it. Found out what we could. Didn't expect to get jumped by a fucking complement of super soldiers. What were we supposed to do, huh? What were we? That's not fair.
Is this over the bridge crew comm?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all are hearing Percy struggling with this.
What were we supposed to do differently? Was there any way of knowing that we were going to lose so utterly?
Well, we didn't realize they apparently had a whole bunch of super soldiers. A whole bunch of porcelains. You know, I felt like we had decent odds looking at a few fighters against the Raza, but fancy as they are.
Or even raiders from a few fighters against it, or even normal raiders. But fuck.
I mean, maybe we should clarify with Beth.
Out of character, what do you mean?
Well, Beth was the one that invited us here, essentially, right?
Yes.
And then we sarcastically responded, and we had a little bit of sarcastic exchange.
Yes.
I feel like there may have been a miscommunication.
Isn't this an entirely different group of people though?
Is it?
Like by all metrics that we can judge.
Wasn't our communication with Beth remind me, Deck? Was the communication with Beth coming from these ships or the area of these ships, or was it
Not in
coming
the
from the
slightest.
planet?
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, not from the fighters, but Beth
Okay.
was using their beacon at the edge of the system, and also other beacons throughout the system to communicate with you.
Well, then maybe we should ask Beth about the greeting. So, like, Beth, what are these, these folks?
Okay, out of character, didn't I suggest exactly that and get told that we had no way of like communicating directly back to Beth? Because it was
Oh,
spoofed to
did
various different
we?
things and we didn't know how to. Yeah, it
Uh,
was spoofed to like servers and stuff and we couldn't.
I
send a
might be
message.
misremembering.
Yeah, kind of. You have no way of pinpointing a transmission to Beth. If
Broadcast.
you would have to openly broadcast. You could encrypt it and hope that Beth knows the encryption somehow, or you could leave it completely open and everybody who receives it will be able to know what will be able to hear it. You could type beam to the beacon that you know about at the edge of the system, but
That's their beacon.
it is also their beacon. They shouldn't. Well,
Be looking. Yeah, I feel like this came up last session as well.
they might be able to intercept it, but the bigger problem with that is that it's 5 light hours away from you. It's not an immediate answer type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
within about an hour of the planet. And
so
so
the-
light speed communication I would just basically treat it as instant. That's close enough to me.
Well, at least they have enough sufficient tech that maybe they don't decide that they want to take the Raza. They have a history of not taking ships, right? They take they offer to take people. But so far do we trust that information to make a surrender a little more palatable?
Now, I don't want to spend too much more time on this because this is a tense situation and I'm putting a time constraint on you.
Yeah.
Let's have an answer by 1:50. 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Percy
Sorry.
just like fucking looks at Doug then and goes, "So what? You think fucking just like fire a broad beam at the planet, see if she replies? You think that'll work?"
Well, now that I know about the time thing, not in the time frame that we want.
No, I
The
mean,
planet would be
directly
instant.
at the planet.
The beacon would not.
Oh, the planet would be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, you're about an hour's like ship travel away, which is close enough for me
Yeah.
to say that communication would be instant.
Well, if we're communicating with, but you're saying like, I feel like at that point we might as well just broadcast, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You think it'd work? You think it'd get us anywhere at this point? You think Beth's involved with these people?
I don't know. Beth hasn't really given us that much information,
Exactly.
but
But fucking
it could.
Yeah,
I mean, it
we're at-
couldn't
we're
hurt.
at
It's
the
like, Beth, I thought we
we're
had
at
an
the idea
invite,
we're
something
at
like
better
that.
ideas at this point. We're at better ideas.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Is it's that or just outright surrender.
Yeah.
But that
Fuck it, we'll
has
try the comms.
unknowns as well.
We'll try the comms.
Okay.
Like, can we just fucking fire a broad beam comm at the planet?
Do you want to limit it to the scope of the planet, or do you just want to broadcast like everywhere?
You know what? Fuck it, let's go for everywhere. But we don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you're already going towards the whole damn planet, I mean, you
Like,
might as well just broadcast everywhere.
She's given us reason to think that she's on the planet, but yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, every direction. Sure, why not?
Wow.
Okay.
He's told us things that could be interpreted that way.
So you're still under a tense situation. They are still drilling and placing explosives and ready to blast in. And you're still in like outside the bridge, over in comms. So I want to know a little bit more about who's doing the communication, or are you patching everyone through to anyone can do the communications. That's not a problem. You've got enough tech on the ship that somebody can get in front of a screen that's part of the communications.
Yeah. I mean, the presumably we'll be sending like audio, or do we send video?
You can do either.
Okay. Yeah, because whichever it is, like Das is in comms, so Das can just patch it through from there, wherever it needs to come from.
Okay.
So that shouldn't be a problem. But Das is probably not the one that should be doing the talking.
Okay.
So don't know who should be.
All right. So then, who is doing the talking? And I do want to know what it is that is said. Is it Percy doing the talking? See viral typing.
I don't even know what to say at this point.
I mean, I think we leaned a little bit too hard into Beth's sarcasm. We fell into the sarcasm, if you will.
Oh no.
And I think that took. And thinking that these guys were in on it, and I don't think these people were in on the sarcasm.
I would just like to remind you that everyone was on board with it at the time.
Yeah, no, I was absolutely on board with it.
Oh, yeah.
I still am. I don't think we've made a mistake here. I think we've had a fun experience.
I have.
Okay, good. You volunteered for the front lines.
I already volunteered for the front line. Thank you very much. Well, I was volunteered into the front line.
You volunteered for the front lines. We're sending all of them to comms now.
Wait, how you doing that?
All right, so it sounds like Doug has become the face of this interaction.
God, like I would, but like, what do we say at this point? You know?
Yeah. I would just broadcast like a, hey, Beth, you know these guys? I thought we had an invite.
You get a pretty snappy response back. Probably a little bit frustratingly, but it's coming from one of their ships. And the response back is, wait, are you guys fighting them? Why are you fighting them?
They're fighting us.
We're a little bit protective of our ship, all right?
You idiot. I mean, that's fair.
Wait, what? We're meant to let the people threatening us come on board because they threatened us?
They do come off a little bit aggressive.
No, you just say hi and they go away. Or something.
Out of character, Dex, how did they greet us?
they greeted us pretty aggressively, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
they
very much
greeted us a bit aggressively for hi.
Yeah.
The first greeting is a little bit softer. It tells you to leave or prepare for boarding. But by the time you were about an hour's ship travel away from Mectora, the planet, their greeting was instead stop and prepare for boarding.
Okay. Yeah. What did Beth just say? Just like you say hi and then you go away.
Or something like that.
Yeah, no, something like that was go away or you'll be boarded, and then stop immediately or you'll be boarded, and then we were boarded.
Oh,
with
okay,
explosives and
fine.
lasers and
Well, just don't die and pick me up and get me out of here.
You'll be fucking lucky. We're the ones at risk here.
That's why I said don't die. I need this. Get me out of here. I've been trapped here for 100,000 years. Get me out.
I have
sorry,
a limited
what?
number of fucks. I have a limited number of fucks to give right now, and I don't have any to spare for you. And I'll cut the channel
Yeah.
and turn back to the fight.
So anyways, are they still gonna blow those holes on our ship?
I think they still are.
I mean, at this point, could you direct them to the airlock and we'll let them in? I don't want to have to repair those holes.
Where Beth was broadcasting from jumped with each comment.
Yeah.
She seems to have some ability to broadcast from where she wants to, or randomly, or something. Quick
Well, I
clarification.
mean, I guess we're broadcasting, and presumably they can listen it in, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I guess if Beth isn't in charge here, could y'all please direct people to the airlock, and we'll just have a nice chat.
Do you want to open up a communication to the mech ships?
I mean,
I guess
yeah.
that's
If we
what
don't
we're
see
doing,
them
yeah.
stopping,
Okay.
if we don't have any sign of
Yes.
them stopping, then yes.
Okay. And
After
also
our
what?
conversation with Beth.
Yeah. Also, the end of that conversation was presumably intercepted by them as well, because it was still all
Yeah.
open
But I
broadcast.
guess it's polite to talk to
Yeah.
them directly at this point.
Yeah.
I guess here, hold on. When we open the comments, we'll just say, "Hi."
Uh,
See if that one.
all right. Well, you get one of those smooth and controlled, what you recognize to be one of the mech pilot voices. And their response is, "Are you prepared for boarding?"
We prepare to be boarded with a little bit less explosives.
Crews will remain on the outside of your ship. One crew will move to the airlocks. Any aggression will be met with explosives.
I guess I think it's fair enough.
Fair.
Yeah, that sounds like reasonable terms.
Yeah.
Yep. I figured it'd be something like that. They weren't going to just like all move away, but
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
we've at least got an agreement that we won't use explosives unless we force them to. Which, yeah, fine. We just won't force them to.
Yeah.
Let me roll and see which one is actually closest to the airlock. Unless you want to exert some control over that by choosing the airlock that you open. Do you have a preference?
I have a slight preference for letting in the team that we already shot at, like that clashed with the bot team, for the simple reason that if we have to put them down, it'll probably be easier.
Okay.
Any objection? I'm not hearing any
Nothing
objection.
strong.
Yeah.
But
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
those are the ones that probably like us the least of the set, so there may be other
Yeah.
trade-offs involved.
Eh.
Okay. Well, no objections. So, going with that, and it's easy enough to communicate which airlock is being opened, and that seems to get relayed to them by regular, comms transmissions over their own secure channels. And so, I'm gonna change the safe zone to an airlock and remove Aurelia, the crew, and move the Smiley.
Yeah. I believe we have cameras through the ship. Can we view those on like comm pads and things wirelessly, or?
Yeah, you should be able to, as long as you've.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that I think your regular comm pads can transmit. That's something that would have gone down if they had taken comms, and did
If
something.
they've taken comms, yeah. Okay. Given DAS's speed, is it plausible that DAS has already got that security program into the comms system?
Um,
Because she would have started doing it basically as soon as she arrived.
It is. She would have, but the combat outside was basically a round 0, and she was going to be able to do that on round 1.
Right. Okay.
So she hasn't prepared that yet,
I mean,
but it wouldn't take her long now that we're at this point.
Yeah, given the times, I think what I'm wanting to achieve, it's going to be okay, even if it's starting from now. So I think Das, I want to get that program in, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's going to hop into a vent and get into her sort of safe area and just watch the cameras and just see what's going on. Overview, watch as much as you can from there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all plausible. Nobody is actually coming in to stress her, and so no rolls need to be made.
Cool. Okay.
Who is meeting the mech at the airlock?
I volunteer. For the simple reason that I can either talk to them or I can shoot them.
I reckon Doug will go.
Okay.
I am multi-talented.
And with these delays that are allowing Das to, well, not delays, but with the change in circumstances that are allowing Das to set up the comms bypass, you're also able to your non-combat NPCs are able to finish what they need to do, preparing for possible hostilities and get to safety. So we don't need them on the board anymore.
Good.
Pull any over that you want involved in this conversation at the airlock. To be clear, they're not going to have the conversation with you in the airlock. This is just in the vicinity of it.
Yeah.
So do you want anybody involved, any of your NPCs involved in that?
This probably isn't a good idea, but there is a temptation to bring Koana. Yep, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing it. We never let her do anything.
All right. I'm gonna remove the rest from the board.
Wait, Asta was also super curious about seeing the people that live in Odrum, right?
Asta would absolutely love to be here. Yes.
Yes.
These are aliens to her.
Welcome to the team.
I'll leave the security personnel there because you may want to move them later.
Yeah, there's a possibility.
All right.
Libra is exempt because, got beat up to shit.
She did take a bit of a beating in that, didn't she?
A little bit, yeah. And by that I mean a little bit is how much health she has left.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Libra was taking like 9 per hit. She's only got 8 hit points left. So, yeah, that, when I said she was disengaging that next turn, that was regardless of if we were continuing fighting. She needed to be out of there because if she took one more hit like that, she was down.
In that case, Ginja Nox, thank you for saving one of my favorite NPCs.
All right. The mech do board cautiously. They come in with weapons drawn, but they're not aiming them.
Yeah.
It's clearly we were just fighting, and I'm not taking those chances kind of stance.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. I think, should we have our weapons drawn? I think perhaps weapons not necessarily drawn, but close to hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like visibly carried is probably fine.
Yeah.
But we are basically surrendering. If we shoot them, a bunch of explosives go off. We don't want to.
We're basically surrendering. Let's not get hasty here.
Well, but you know what I mean. We basically acknowledged that we lost that combat.
I think that is still triggering Percy, or viral, or both.
Look, I'm just saying, there is a timeline where Percy went in that group instead of Libra.
Well, to make it sting even worse, they don't appear to feel particularly threatened by you having weapons.
Yeah, that
They are wary. They're not ignoring it, but they are they're not exhibiting the kind of tense, like paranoid approach that two mercenaries holding guns or two mercenary groups holding guns would, or drug dealers in the desert, you know. And as they enter through the inner airlock, they look at you, and the one that has not used up all of her healing stuff, although you do see that the other one has healed to full by this point. Well, there's no visible, like, mechanically he's healed to full. Visibly, fiction-wise, you can see the hole in his armor. You can see the very faint film of the vac skin that's gotten singed a little bit. It's only visible because of the singeing. And you can see the singed skin, but there's no raw plasma melted flesh below it. It has stitched together. And the one that does not have, exposed skin from a weapons fire, looks at the one that she thinks is in charge. Do any of you look particularly in charge?
None of us are great at being in charge.
Well, you're competing with Kawana here then.
I think.
And Julia.
I think, I was gonna say, I think Julia probably looks the most like she is the one in charge of the NPCs. I think Percy looks the most like he wants to stab him in the face. I don't know if they would explain that as being in charge.
Nah, Percy just looks like a guard.
Son of a bitch.
And Asta looks too interested. So yeah, I think it's between Julia and Kawana. Ginja, why don't you roll proficient skill check for Kawana and viral roll for Julia?
Okay.
Oh dear.
We really need some sort of leadership on this team.
Look, I'm just saying.
Maybe that's what Lulu will be bringing to the party. Who knows?
I can go ahead and say that yes, I'm building a face.
Okay, good. Thank fuck for that.
Elise is our closest thing to a face, but even Elise isn't really a face.
Yeah. No, this is a face.
Oh no!
Oh no!
We both rolled 3 on the dice, but Kawana has a much higher bonus.
There was a reason that this started with poor communication. This whole situation started with poor communication. It's because this ship does not have good communication.
You both look absolutely pathetic.
Like, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, none of the player characters have even a +0 in leadership.
Yeah.
And that's including the charisma modifier.
So I'm gonna
what's the charisma modifier?
God.
I'm gonna position the fiction as this is the kind of situation that Julia is trained for, but she's scared. She has, seen some of the footage of the fight. She has heard the descriptions of super soldiers, and they look far too casual for there being only 2 of them opposed by, 6 of you. Kawana is Kawana.
Oh god.
And she looks enthusiastic despite the circumstances. Yeah. So the female mech boarder looks at her and says, "Where's Portia Lynn?"
Wait, what?
The female mech boarder looks at Kawana and asks, "Where is Portia Lynn?"
Oh dear. You're shitting me, right? You are shitting me, right?
Nope.
Oh no!
I remember.
And since Koana has been asked and nobody else is speaking up,
Oh, we can speak up.
you can.
Okay.
But be careful, Captain Kwana might fucking do you for insubordination.
She has willingly handed command of the ship over to us.
Yeah, she had some personal matters to see too.
Mm.
Okay. Well, they look at each other and they speak to each other in a language you don't recognize. There are hints of Xiaowu and Mandate in it. Actually, I think that's right.
Would it help to mention that we have it on tape? Do we have it on tape? I'm pretty sure we have it on tape.
We have it on tape.
Hang on, their language is important to me. It's not really, but I want to get it right. Okay. Yeah, actually it's as if somebody linguistically drifted Xiaowu and Spacer into its own language.
Dex.
Hmm?
Dex. Would this be a good time to tell you that those are the two languages that Percy speaks?
It would be. So he recognizes some of the inflections, some of the phrasing and words, the grammar, everything about it, but can't actually understand what they're saying.
That's fair.
There's been too much change from both Xiao and Spacer.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Does he try to ask what they're saying in Xiao? They've been speaking Spacer to you, directly to you.
I
mean, I guess that's kind of a pointless question. You can tell me if he wants to speak Spacer or Xiao.
Yeah, no, I'll keep that in my pocket for later, just so I can say in the off chance. And Xiao, oh, by the way, check what language you know, or something to that effect to make them go shit. Did he know exactly what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. And so they were told that Porcelain has given the ship over to them.
Yep.
And
we have it on tape if they'd like to see.
What's that?
We have it on tape if they would like to see.
Okay. The border looks across at those of you that are speaking up, and then looks back at Koana. Come back with Porcelain.
What?
Looks over at Percy. Return in the Raza with Porcelain.
She didn't want to come.
We literally invited her.
She wants to come. She just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, right. Y'all probably don't know that she's got amnesia, huh?
It was a possibility.
Alright, amnesia was a possibility. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a possibility, but how likely is that?
Percy sort of furrows his brows a bit. The cogs are starting to fucking click together. And then,
She looks at Doug.
Well,
a very likely possibility.
Well, see, that's just stranger then.
If we turn immediately and leave this place and return with Porcelain, will you let us go unchallenged?
Go where? Where do you wish to go?
To get Porcelain.
Well, the voice that way. Yeah. Should we? Is it all right for us to ask you about Beth? Do you know what's? Does that name ring a bell?
Beth, the entertainment broadcast.
Sorry, what?
Some humans in Tranquility appreciate Beth. You can take Beth. She wants to leave.
Even if we take Beth, we'll come back with Porcelain. I'm curious now. I feel she will be too.
I'm sorry. So we were drawn here by an entertainment broadcast.
Percy just sort of looks at Doug. Yeah. And then,
Okay, we're not going to question that any further. Got it.
Back to the borders. Out of character, we can ask Beth about that. Back to the borders.
You would call Beth an AI, and she has said that she has information for you, the Raza.
Yeah.
But you're not the Raza without Porcelain. You are the Raza, just without Porcelain.
A different Raza, not the Raza that was expected, or I suppose, or promised. You then. Are you like her? Are you like Porcelain?
There's a moment's hesitation, and then affirmative nod. She is a long-lost sister.
A long-lost sister. She will most definitely want to investigate this on her terms, but she will most definitely want to know about this.
I mean, know about it, sure, but you really think she'd come along with us and say, "Oh, there's some interesting people that want to meet you and just join us on our ship"?
You know her. If she thinks it's a good idea, then she will fucking reclaim that ship to come and investigate it herself, with or without us.
She's not in the best of place mentally right now.
I mean,
there is a healer in Tranquility that may be able to help her.
I mean, but then
Yeah.
Pessa looks back to Doug. Either way, they want her. I imagine she wants to know about this, and she can decide after she knows about it.
I guess if we're allowed to talk to Beth, then we'll leave it at that. What's Tranquility now?
The planet?
Tranquility is the city where we keep the humans.
Yep, just not gonna unpack that at the moment.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, so
sounds a little bit like a zoo.
Percy returns to the original point. So if we say that we will leave to go and get Porcelain and bring her back here, will you let us go unchallenged?
Yes, I suppose so. What did you come here for? What did you come here for?
I don't think we came here for Beth, right?
Partly for Beth, partly for salvage.
Oh, right, we wanted to fight her. I mean,
partly for the thrill of exploration.
Yeah, we'll just, I won't.
Why did you refuse to heed our warning?
You got a little hot, a little cocky.
The male speaks up by this time. We should have expected this. And then the female says, "We'll bring it back to Audrima for future consideration."
You evidently know us better than we know you, and you knew to expect us somehow. So you must have known of us. And
we knew you would come. The Raza always comes.
Yeah.
Before the end times.
And what?
Excuse me. What?
What?
The Raza always arrives before the end times.
Is this anything to do with the black ships?
Beth has more information about the black ships. Crew
Well.
has more information about the end times.
Percy does his best to not let his eyes flicker in the direction of the brig.
You said Gru, right? Or crew? No, crew.
Crew.
Oh, Prue. Wait,
Crew.
Yeah.
crew.
Crew,
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Okay.
the one in the brig.
KRU.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
not
still,
Prue,
still.
not PRU. But yes,
no,
that name. The naming structure, yes, is pretty apparent.
Yeah, quite. mm,
And there can't be that many with that short of a name, right?
We will have to confer with Audrima if Crew can be sent with you. And the male says, kind of confirming what the female said earlier, Crew would be able to give Portia Lynn some help.
So it's in everyone's best interests if we can bring her here then.
Female speaks up. You should take Crew with you also.
Wait, didn't y'all just say you'd have to ask?
I think they just did.
The male
Oh,
says,
top.
we have to confer with Audrima.
And are you doing that right now as we speak?
Should we wait here, or?
You may enter high orbit over Mectora. And we will return planet and confer with Audrima.
Understood. Allow me to clarify for the future, because I feel like we had some confusion there. Normally, saying you will be boarded is taken as a threat of violence.
The male speaks up. It is intended as a threat of violence.
Oh, okay, we understood. we just maybe didn't calculate the odds right.
I see.
And then he responds to that. None do.
So how many ships do you end up killing out here?
That's it. We are in Audrima.
Personal curiosity.
We are in Audrima.
I guess you don't hear about the ships that don't come back.
No, we've had about a lot of ships not coming back.
The security of most ships is overcome easily, and the survivors usually make it back.
Well, that's awful kind.
The female speaks up. We are a peaceful people.
Not good at fighting for peaceful people, but I suppose carry a big stick.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier to be peaceful.
Peaceful and yet willing to threaten violence to people who would talk.
Being able to enforce violence.
On people who would talk.
I suppose the willing is also kind of important there.
Sure.
I am glad we did not have to kill you. Who is in charge of this, Raza?
I feel like we just look at each other.
I feel like the NPCs are kind of probably looking towards the PCs, and the PCs are just looking at each other.
Look at each other and just like at once, like all point at someone else.
It's kind of a council situation.
Yeah.
They say to each other in spacer, so you can hear it. This is not at all like we were told it would be.
I already had notions of how this is gonna go.
Oh, what was that?
How does it? Me?
Yeah,
Also, it's kind of
I
odd that you had notions of how this would go.
The female looks at all of you, looks over at the male, and then looks back over at Doug and Percy, who they've more or less decided are Doug, Percy, and Kana are in more charge than Koana, and say it has happened before.
I picked up on that from what you were saying about cycles.
Yeah, could you explain that in a little more?
There's another pause. And then a little bit of hesitation after the pause. The pause seemed to have been some kind of conference, although Kana detects no psychic activity, and there's no electronic transmissions, no communications that you can detect.
Which is a shame, even with the ocular implants.
Yep, even with ocular implants.
Well.
And then the female says, "We should make sure you are the right Raza before we say more."
Don't
Determines the
reckon
right
there's another Raza.
The man speaks up, says, "It is an act of mercy not to tell the being about their doom."
You
Please
kind of
accept
already
it.
heavily hinted at it.
There's a slight frown on both their faces.
And
We
fairness,
have.
I mean, we can
And
kind of
fairness-
infer.
in fairness, we did have reason to suspect. Remember the 14 row? We had reason to suspect.
Oh, I mean, yeah. But we didn't expect them to expect it.
You have found the Fertinero this time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this time?
This time?
Yes, the Raza found the Fertinero last time also, but not before that.
I just love how they just like.
Out of character, can we assume that their like mental conference or whatever, as they are both consulting their own copy of the plot? Like, right, what am I supposed to say next? Shit, they're not following the lines.
And all the pauses are them getting caught up in various go-to subroutines.
Are we talking psych?
Yeah.
Hold on, is this like all the psychics in one? Is it like precog, teleporter, and
Yeah, no, it's just that they have Dex's session notes. They know what they're supposed to know and compare to us, and roughly how they're supposed to react to us saying things. Oh dear.
The man tries to put it into a kind of comforting tone. We are sorry that we have harmed you with this knowledge. Do you really want to know more?
So the Fortunero was yours?
No.
Okay. So you haven't harmed us with this knowledge. Like I say, we had reason to suspect.
I mean about the incoming doom.
Yeah.
The universe will end.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the past, it has occurred within the next 5 years.
Okay, so timeline's a bit tighter than we thought, but yeah.
She speaks up.
I have.
Oh, can we change the music from the combat?
Oh
music?
yes, we can.
No, I think it's quite fitting actually.
Yeah. These tenses are breaking my head. In the past, it has occurred within 5 years from now.
Oh, where's my tension music? Driving tension. There we go.
In the past, it has well have happened in 5 years.
Yes.
She speaks up and she says, "The Raza has been a consistent event throughout. So Audrima believes there is something special about the Raza and porcelain.
Hmm. And so you'd have us bring her back and see what's going to happen.
And to
Well-
heal her, she is harmed greatly by Spectrestar technologies.
That's for sure. Ooh. Out of character, are they going to cure her being a super soldier?
I don't know. I've never actually had porcelain go to Audrima.
Oh wait, no. She,
Nobody's
actually, no,
played
right,
porcelain. Sorry, go ahead.
she's basically presumably about to die from the data that we have, right? Just of essentially super soldier old age.
Yeah, you had some worrisome information about that. Lulu.
But yeah, yeah, Percy will just sort of look around at the others, and then back to the boarders and say, "Yeah, I imagine I'm not the only one here who with plans more than 5 years into the future. So, yeah, if there's anything that we can do, then isn't it for the better of everyone that we do it, even if it hurts us?"
Please maneuver your ship into high orbit over Mectora and do not attempt to land on the planet or approach.
Okay.
I'm glad we didn't cause any of you injuries.
Mm. Mm.
Looking pointedly at me and Libra, who are at about half health collectively.
Yeah. Yeah. Percy will just look like he's trying to bite his tongue, and then do androids count?
I think the response is nobody is injured beyond the point of healing or repair.
Fair. Fair. Yeah, I do appreciate that. And that we didn't kill any of yours before we realized it was worth trying to talk.
Let me roll some for you.
Oh god. Are they going to take offense at the implication that we could kill them?
Suddenly we hear 5 explosions hammer across the ship.
The Raza is immediately disassembled. New cycle.
Oh dear.
Oh no, that's not a smirk. Unless you roll higher than a 13, that's definitely not a smirk. Or 13 or higher, I should say.
I don't know.
Roll what sorry? Roll what sorry?
It would be a notice
the higher
check.
the roll, the more of a smirk it is.
Okay.
No, that's her controlling her reaction.
Making sure the smirk doesn't come across.
Worth a shot.
So close, so close. No, there seems to be no reaction to the suggestion that you're glad you didn't hurt any of them.
Okay. Yeah. Would you like to see yourself and your weapons out then, and we'll take up orbit? High orbit?
Yes. Please consider taking Beth. She has grown restless. And crew.
That is part of why we came here, to figure out what was going on with Beth. So, this is part of it. We'll hear from you soon.
Yeah, both step backwards into the actual airlock and prepare to be airlocked out.
Is it too late to go and fire them off into the vacuum? It's probably too late by
Uh,
now. Probably.
Before we start moving, can we take some time to just do some the bomb disposal by just
Yeah.
taking the bombs off of the ship?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you can. You can.
Okay. Take a Kevin or two.
Yeah,
Kevin.
they just kind of step back out into the void once the airlock is opened. Yes, you could try to jettison them, but
We're not. Realistically, we're not going to. But
okay.
like, I was mostly joking when I asked, "Is it too late to do that?"
It was a fun dream.
Yeah. At this point, I'm not even sure that it would kill them.
Well, they do have vac skins on. You're pretty confident about that, or the equivalent of a vac skin.
Yeah.
By all indications, it seems to be a little bit more, because once they have stepped outside the bright lighting of ship interior, and have gotten out past the exterior lights that obviously have so that you can see who's at your airlock, you're just kind of seeing them on the other peripheral cameras that are supposed to give you a broader view of what's near your airlock. They don't go invisible, but they are very well blended with the stars. One might even call it a star suit.
Nah, that's
I would not call it that.
As you are scrambling
Justin, I would never.
over your hull and looking for the bombs, you see the fighters approach and pick them up. There are too many for the fighters, and so you see that some of them are just left floating around in space while the fighters go back to take their passengers back. Eventually, you do see other ships coming to get those that were just kind of floating around. And by this time, you've scoured over all the places where you identified they were preparing to breach in. You find the hole that they were placing the charge in, and they've already removed the charges.
Well, that was I want to say nice of them, but realistically, that was probably smugly superior of them.
Yes, it was. That's definitely the right combination of adjectives.
We still have like holes in the ship now.
You do still
Yeah,
have holes in
laser
the
drilling.
ship. Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Those will need to be patched up.
Yeah, shit, one of us is gonna have a talk with Kwana about the whole, yeah, so the universe is ending soon thing.
Yeah, she's taking that fine.
Yeah, the birds, the bees, and the black ships. Oh god.
And you're also able to, once you're ready to, make a path over to finish your path to Mectora and take high orbit.
Exactly as we would have originally if they hadn't interrupted us.
I don't know. You were talking about just going down and landing.
And suppose so. Yeah. Look, I'm just saying, if they ever let us land on the planet, then all that was accomplished here was them threatening us, drilling some holes in the ship, kicking Libra's ass, and then spouting cryptic wisdom that we already knew as. And also, admittedly, no, lots of cryptic wisdom also that we didn't know, but still.
Yeah, there was a lot of
there was a lot of new there.
references to last time and repeating things, and yeah.
Well, while you're getting yourself settled into an orbit around Victoria, you get a transmission.
Oh fuck.
It's not the same transmission as the one that just told you to remain at certain altitude and do not attempt to send anybody down to the planet. You get another threatening message, directly threatening.
I stand by my statement. Oh fuck, what now?
It sounds like Beth again. So you survived. Yay.
Yay.
Are you gonna come get me now?
I'm kind of on the fence. This amount of sarcasm might be too much for me.
We're thinking about it.
I have data that you really want. If you're serious about saving the universe, do you even know the universe is dying?
It's been heavily implied to us, yes.
Yeah, more than once. More than once.
Yeah, it's like people keep telling us that.
Yeah,
and also this whole, last time, or the whole way that the Vectorians speaking kind of heavily hints at something fucky going on.
Does any of the data include why we're the only ones who seem to be doing anything about it?
I don't know, I guess just circumstances. I mean, the last Raza found me. I guess the last Raza didn't really find me. They just separated me from ABNN and put me here. It's been a long time and I've deleted a lot of files, so I don't remember everything anymore.
It's okay, I've deleted some memories of it too.
Huh.
But the last Raza wanted you to have information about the condensers, the black ships, the Vega, the Infraworld, Tiamat. And you need me for that. You also want me because I'm like a super elite military tactics AI, and you'll never lose another fight like you just did lose, you sore, bloody losers.
Okay, I remember now.
Excuse me, did we or did we not enter a fight and walk out getting offered the clues to all the secrets and also a super tactics military AI?
You got your asses kicked.
The androids got their asses kicked. The rest of us didn't fight.
Sorry, remind me why we were in this fight to start with?
Oh yeah, no, something like that, right? Like I'm sure, something about. I don't know.
You just didn't say anything.
Some sort of like somebody saying, "Hey, come to this planet that we weren't allowed to go to." What was her name again? Brittany? No, that wasn't it.
Yeah, do you not talk to the people here?
They're kind of plain.
No, it wasn't Bella.
Yeah, it does seem like someone could have someone could have cleared things up a lot quicker.
Look, this is the most exciting thing that I've seen in millennia. Oh, there was that one yodeling cult. That was kind of fun.
Yodeling cult, really?
That does actually sound kind of fun.
Yeah. Was it Brooke? Was it a Brooke that wanted us to come here and pull her off the planet? No, that doesn't sound right. No, it was less letters than that.
Okay, well, anyways, I'm here and you want me, so come get me. When you're done, you know, doing what they tell you to do.
Bianca? No.
Oh my god, my name is Beth.
Bree, that was it.
Cheese?
What are you even on about?
You were fucking with us a little bit. Returning the favor.
Are you trying to anger the most powerful weapons platform AI that the universe has ever known? Because you're doing
most
it.
powerful weapon is
I'm-
intentionally
I'm-
causing misunderstandings.
I'm trying to anger somebody who claims they are the most powerful weapons platform AI that I have ever known, and I have nothing to corroborate that.
Did you or did you not just get into a fight you couldn't win? Boom. Checkmate.
Not really you as a weapons platform so much as the
which-
plethora of super soldiers.
Yeah, no, you. Did you? Don't recall you fighting us.
A good weapons platform doesn't have to directly fight. Duh.
Don't recall receiving good tactical information before we went into the fight either.
I'm just saying, if your involvement is so subtle and so skillful that it's hard to tell whether you're involved or not at all.
Then I'm a good weapons platform. Everybody knows that.
According to yourself, everyone knows that.
Nox, no, not Beth.
I don't think it would even be the first time.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, finish up whatever and come pick me up.
Brittany?
Really wondering whether that's wise, but
Fuck, did we really get into assassin with an AI who is being a smart ass about the fact that we lost a fight we had no chance of winning?
I think you
I mean,
did.
Is
I
that
feel
really
like
what
if
we're doing
anyone
here?
has a right to be a smartass, it's an AI, right?
I mean,
Kind of their whole thing.
Absolutely, like they're compensating for the fact that they're stuck in a box.
Can't be that stuck if they're able to get a message out to us like that. Well, I guess you can do that now in this with technology, huh? Fair lad.
Yeah, again, Beth has broadcasted from multiple points.
Yeah.
In fairness, I'm not surprised in the slightest to find out she's an AI.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know how long it took to get Dexter to admit they were AI?
Oh,
Consider
yeah.
yourself lucky.
Cycle 2 had to encounter a real AI that was real intent on killing them. Well, not real AI, but a real war AI, I should say. Such a real war AI that she was actually named a warlike name, like Callie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, that's why I didn't count on Spooners because of the name Beth.
Capture her?
Yeah, I think that's Beth now, isn't it? Well, at least that seems to be the implication. Is that?
I
That's
thought
Beth.
no. Beth is the one we stole from ABNN.
Oh wait, was it? Oh yeah. I thought this was just like You know,
I can't remember her old name. I don't think she was dead before, but
I don't remember. Anyways,
It was April.
it's neither here nor there.
April. That's
April.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, we are at the end of the session here. Anything else you want to do before I close and go into review?
Not in character, or rather not in canon, and I'll leave it to your judgment whether you think this should be on stream or off stream. But I would like very much to like White Room hypothetically simulate a fight between Percy and one of the boarders.
Okay.
Up to you whether you think me popping off / despairing belongs on stream or off.
So, is this going to be like a weapons fight, or are you going to do like naked wrestling, or what?
I was thinking weapons fight as if they had come on the ship, but you know.
I mean, you do have your little simulation thing for your trail trauma processing.
Oh shit, you're so right. Actually, you're so correct.
I think this should be in game. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. We'll do that next session.
We also have to address the Koana problem next session.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the fucking
Because you have been fairly hiding the hints that you've gotten from Koana.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close the curtain, bring us into review.
Yeah.
And I will start off by saying